Are we live? We're live. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Here we are again, as we are every single week. Every single week. I see there's a lot of Star Wars comparisons being pulled up in the chat here. Yeah. Yeah. Guys. What did you think of the chapter? I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed this whole arc so far, guys. This is really what I wanted. Hi, everybody. Good morning to you. Good evening for me. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. New camera angle. Yeah, I'm just changing things up where I can. See what works, guys. If you like this camera angle, let me know that you like it. You know, I'm changing stuff around all over the place. No one compared it to the Futurama battles. I know. Oh, no. Yeah. No, I thought it was pretty good. Nah, I felt it was pretty good. Look, guys, I tell you what, this is what I was missing from the action of the last arc, right? It's and you know what? There are some Star Wars comparisons to be made here. I'll get into those in a minute. Not the ones you'd think, but I will get into those, right? But what I really love, thanks, Piper. Thank you. Yeah, I did a little bit of time agonizing over the lighting setup and stuff. I just thought that this kind of level, would allow me to be a little bit more laid back when I'm talking to you guys. I move my hands a lot. When I talk. So being able to have this slightly bigger space, I think, is important. The merchandise, that you can only get at safetiesonrookie.com, like this, for instance. Turbo Granny. That's right, safetiesonrookie.com, guys. As well as this by the famed Angle as well. That one was by Kells, this one's by Angle. You can get them, guys, at safetiesonrookie.com. That's right. Anyway, sorry about that quick sidebar there. No, but I'm glad that you like the decorations and stuff. Thank you very much. Oh, Piper, thank you for buying a hoodie. I'm very excited for you to get it. By all means, if you want to show it off, Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member on my Patreon to get access to the Discord. It's the best place on the internet for Dandadan. I'd love to see the hoodie when it arrives. Cool. Right, so the chapter. It's... Okay, right. So, I don't... Typically, fighting chapters don't really hit me the same, right? As the kind of more character-driven stuff. As you probably know from the channel at this point, my bread and butter, my main thing is characters. The interactions between characters. And fight scenes can obviously be a really important, and always are a very important, expression of the plot. It pushes the plot forward, it introduces conflict, and that is also reflected in the characters and how they react to each other and things like that. But what's really great about fight scenes, fight chapters, that kind of stuff, is when it is used in a way that expresses character, if that makes sense. It showcases not just the conflict between the enemy and the main character, although that's obviously important, but the way that the characters interact with each other in that fight speaks to something very, very much a deep down kind of thing, right? If you think about your psyche in layers and the interactions that you have with other people as a layered experience, the base level, but the quickest functioning part of your mind is driven by instinct. So when you are in a situation and it's high stakes and instinct takes the wheel and you need to make a split-second decision, those are the moments that define our basest cares and wants and things like that. Seeing these two together in a fighting context, and it's been so long, is such a fantastic way of us seeing these little tiny interactions between the two of them that define and underscore the relationship in a base level. Like even so much as just like grabbing each other's hands in the middle of the fight, or Okurun jumping in front of an attack to protect Momo, or even immediately reaching for each other when the ground disappears beneath her feet. Those are the moments that are really important to displaying the fact that these two immediately can trust each other, even if they don't really remember each other, right? And that's at the basis level. And this is what I really, really love about the way that Dandadan does conflict, does physicality, fighting. The physical follows the emotional. And I think that's really how it should be, because that introduces stakes in a way that matter to the characters, right? So, for instance, that last arc, the I don't know what we're calling it, the whole thing where Momo was tiny. The stakes, whilst they're important, were very much, for me, driven by time, right? Like the stakes of the fight were driven by the fact that there was a time limit. So the pressure of the situation, the stakes of the fight, were very plot heavy rather than character driven, if that makes sense. The stakes of the fight were driven by the fact that, oh, we don't have much time before Momo disappears and we forget her. And that just isn't as fucking compelling as this shit is, man. This is the stuff right here. Like, you can slap a time limit on any conflict and it will raise the stakes, but not in a way that I give a shit about. The stakes here aren't time driven, but what it is it's like emotional. All that conflict, all that stress that we've just been experiencing for the past 4 weeks between Momo and Okurun, the fact that they can't seem to get past that barrier, despite the fact they broke that wall down, it's back again because of the fact that she's lost her memory. But there's that feeling that underneath all of, like on the outside, it looks like Momo doesn't remember Okurun, right? On the outside, it looks like they don't know who each other are. But you can tell that there's something else there, something deeper and unspoken that still exists under the surface, that shows us that they do know each other, that they do remember each other, and that they, on some level, feel something deeper for each other, even in spite of her memories. The pillar is back. Yes, Danny. Happy birthday, Danny, by the way. But what this fight demonstrates is that even in this situation, even with the emotional situation being what it is, they can still stand up together, work together, and ultimately trust each other, even though they haven't facilitated themselves as acknowledging what it is that lives underneath the surface, if that makes sense. Like that is there still. That connection, that bond is there still. And the way that they move and the way that they act and trust each other implicitly in this fight is that basest of levels, right? The pure id, right? Like the way that they act and respond and react to the stimulus in the situation by trusting each other and working together, to me, is really important. It is really a demonstration of their of that instinctual bond that still exists. And this chapter is great for that. And that's what I love about this this situation. And I think this is what works about this arc that didn't necessarily work about the last one. The fights in the last one, I'll accept. Well, yeah. So the Koki Jim Ida fight, that one, loved that. I loved all of that, and the stuff with Okurun and Kinta, although Kinta's in the bad books just now, that stuff I really enjoyed all of that as well. But all right, Piper, thanks for joining. I enjoyed all of that stuff as well, but the fights after that, Sharknado. Yeah, I did not like Sharknado. Controversial, I know. I didn't care for Sharknado. I didn't care for the stuff in I like the Evil Eyes fight, but I didn't care for the whole chameleon thing. Do you know what I mean? That stuff, the stakes were just the stakes, like I said, were driven by time. Were driven by this time limit. Why? What's up, Oliver? Like, I'm just talking about the chapter, dude. If you've not seen the chapter, then you're gonna be confused. It's driven by a time limit. That was the restriction, and that was very plot focused. This fight between the two of them here, like with the two of them here, is driven by something much deeper than just a time limit. And the conflict that's demonstrated in there, you can see their bond and their relationship in every aspect of the way that they fight together. Do you know what I mean? What are you doing, Sky? The cat is all over the place. Be gone, small one. Oh my god, the cat. Alright, I'll get the cat. I'll get the cat. I'll get the cat. Hold on, guys. Oh, I know, sweetheart. I know. Hey, hi. You miserable? Go on, move your butt. Sorry about that, gamers. Yeah, I know that was a close shot, wasn't it? What was I saying? What was I saying? Yeah, right. So and this is my my Star Wars comparison, right? This is my Star Wars comparison. The fights in like the prequels of Star Wars, although they are flashy, they lack stakes outside of plot. I suppose that like they just don't feel. The Obi-Wan and Anakin one maybe, but that's like it goes on for so long, it's exhausting. They lack stakes, really, most of the time. And that's my Star Wars comparison here, is that that is an example of not really how to, in my opinion, how to do fight sequences. Like, they can be flashy, they can go on for ages, but you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't, it's all style, no substance. Whereas the original Star Wars and stuff, it was all about substance. You know what I mean? Like all the conflict of the fighting, despite the fact it wasn't flashy, demonstrated the conflict, the core conflict between the two characters. This is that same kind of like concept, right? Which is that all of the characters, well, the two characters in this situation, actually act in a way that's significant, and it reflects and demonstrates their personal interactions and relationship in the way that they act in the fight. Those of you who aren't aware of this, by the way, what we do is I just kind of like blab at the beginning, and then we'll talk about the chapter in a more structured way. I just go through it. You can go through it too. Link is attached to the it's pinned in the comments just there, and we'll go through it bit by bit, and then just use it as kind of like a basic framework to jump off of. I mean, like some chapter. This is a bit of a setup chapter, Salah. This is a bit of a setup chapter, and I'm fine with that. I like everything in here because we get to see again those kind of echoes of past events still, and I'll show you it as we go. Right, like there is a lot of that, and I've talked about it at length. I've talked about it ad nauseum, right, at this point, but this arc is recalling a lot of past events in its current events, you know? Like things that have already happened are utilized to inform it, what's happening now thematically, and also to demonstrate some of those prior struggles. It's quite genius. I said this last week, but there's actually something really genius about it, because when you see these situations, these, even just as simple as two characters, like Momo and Okurun being in a similar situation, or doing similar actions to how they had done in the earlier Dandadan, we get this kind of almost feeling that it's like, that seems familiar. Like, that feels like we've done this before. And in the same way, that's presumably exactly what should be going through Momo's head in a lot of these situations. That feeling of familiarity without exactly knowing what it is that is being recalled upon. You know what I mean? Anyway, so we start the chapter where we're going back to the roots for sure, BC. We start the chapter where we ended it last week. So we've got the mummy on a bicycle. What the fuck? Dandadan is so weird, man. we've got the mummy on the bicycle, and the Serpos are just sprinting at Momo and Okurun. Obviously, neither of them have any powers at this point as well, right? So it's definitely high stakes in that regard. You know what I mean? Especially because like Momo doesn't even believe in aliens at this point, so it's completely outside. Like there is absolutely no prior knowledge in her mind actively about what to do in a situation like this. But anyway, here they come. They're attacking. Higher as any, and immediately, and this is it, right? Like, as worth noting is a lot of the themes of what we've been going through so far seem to reflect the Serpo arc, that kind of stage in their relationship, down to the Ida jealousy, and Okurun being kind of like caught out in a lie by Momo in regards to Ida, that kind of thing. A lot of these things are quite similar, right? So it makes sense that the Serpos would be the ones to attack. But what is different, and this is what's really important about revisiting those old moments, is while we are kind of being put back into these situations, it's not just a replay. Because Okurun's a different guy now. He's not the same person that he was. And in a lot of these situations, it would have been Momo who acted first, but now it's Okurun that's acting now. And he's the one that's confident, and he's the one that's putting in the energy, like he said that he would do. He said that he would be the one to push forward, right? To be confident, to reach out to her, and that's what he's doing now. And that is reflected really nicely because we're in these past events, more or less, but he is the one that is the active participant. He is the one that's making the decisions, that's being confident, that's strutting out and doing it, right? And he does this right here, and he grabs her by the wrist and he starts to run. Like, he makes a decision for both of their betterments, but also it shows how confident he is, how comfortable he is in a fight now, but also when the chips are down, the guy acts, right? And this is it's a different guy, man. This is a different fucking guy compared to who he was back then. It's crazy. But it's, you know what it is? You know what's crazy about this exact situation? This specific moment in time is when I look at this guy, when I look at this Okurun, and then you look at him when we're at the beginning, or even in the Serpo arc, you look at them both. This is a completely different breed of character. He's a completely different guy. But but it's not like a heel turn, right? Because it feels like I've been there every single step of the way from him being who he was to who he is now, that it's just an actual, really genuine progression into this new character without one moment being like the moment where it's like, oh, now he's a different guy. Now he's a hard ass or something. It's been an incremental build up to being a new person. And even though that chain of events is still every step of the way, this is Okurun, and this is still Okurun, when you compare him at the beginning to where he is now, it's almost incomparable. And I fucking adore that, man. It's so good. It's so good. It's incredible development. It's so well written. And it's taken its time without being so slow, right? And that's really the thing. In a lot of ways, in a lot of ways, right? Like if you think about I don't know, Naruto. Naruto at the beginning of the series is basically the same motherfucker at the end. They're the same people. That character is pretty much identical in most ways to how he ends up. Where he begins is the same guy. It's just there are moments in the series where he's just like, suddenly, now I'm going serious. And it's like, cool, man, that's fine, but that's not a development of a character, of a protagonist across the series. This is a different dude. He carries a new energy about him. You know? He's that guy. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. You know? That's it. It's not an immediate switch. Exactly. Yeah, you know what it is? I do also feel like reading this current arc, and I think that's why I've been so receptive to it. The reason I've been so receptive to this arc is because it feels like early Dandadan. You know, and I think that's what he's trying to evoke. I think that is what is trying to be evoked here in this arc, is that early feeling of Dandadan. And I fucking love that they've brought the scope back down to just the two of them a little bit. You know? How long has it been since the scope of it has been the two of them? You could say Danmara, but kind of not, right? Like the Ombudsman a bit, but that was, yeah, Ombudsman, I suppose you could say a little bit of it, but this feels, I don't know, it's good. It's really good, and it feels nostalgic despite the fact that it was like a year ago. I don't know. Like it's this is like, I can't comprehend how people could not enjoy this arc. I feel like most people have come around to it now. But like I feel like this arc, if they can keep it going like how it's been going so far, I think that this is going to be something that really is in line with that early stuff, with that Evil Eye arc, with that Cursed House arc. And by reliving those events from the beginning, and this is fresh in the mind for people who have just gone through seasons 1 and 2 as well. Like I feel like this really does reflect a final step in their relationship, in these two characters coming together. I think that this reflects a really important step in that. And I'm really excited to see where this goes, you know? Because it's not even, it doesn't feel like it's going too slow either. Like the progress that they've made over the past 4 chapters, have felt like a whole arc worth of content for us, right? Like the previous arc was so slow in comparison to this. It was just fight and then fight and then fight, and it felt like it went on all fucking year. This feels like they've done so much in such a small amount of time that it's really perfect for me. And this is kind of this is the Dandadan that I feel like this is where it shines, in my opinion. This is where the series really, really shines. And this is, I think, what was needed a little bit. Yeah, the pace feels like, yes, the pace feels like we're going like early Dandadan as well, and that's something I've always enjoyed. Yeah, I hope that that it continues to be of the quality that it's at, and it doesn't get too overly complicated going forward. As my fucking focus just died. There we go. I hope that it doesn't get too overly complicated going forward, because I've been really enjoying this pace. You know, the way that we've been moving it's felt really nice. And it kind of also reflects that it kind of feels like Okurun is really stepping up here as well. Yeah, I know, I was trying to focus on Turbo Granny. It's probably the lighting thing. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Yeah, I feel like the last arc was really about powering up characters and things like that. Oh, Janny, wow, holy shit. 8 months, guys. 8 months. We've been going at it for a while, guys. Thank you for being sub for 8 months, Janny. That is actually fucking so cool, dude. That's so cool. Yeah, no, like, we're coming up on that now. I mean, like, in like a couple of weeks, it would have been a year since I released that first Dandadan video. So we're almost full circle in that regard. Yeah, and then soon it'll be like a year of community stuff, guys. Incredible, and it feels like we're doing really well right now in the chapters. I think we got through. The community was really born in a very difficult period of time for Dandadan, because it kind of felt like a drought in a lot of ways. And also, guys, worth acknowledging, and I know this is going to hurt you as much as it's going to hurt me, next week is a hiatus. That's right, next week is a hiatus, guys, so get ready for that. I know, it's painful, it hurts, guys. I know it's distressing. It's distressing. Yeah, back in the old days, you'd have gotten a fine for saying that word. Is Wolf here? I've only just realised Wolf's in the chat. What time is it for you, dude? Like 1 a.m. What you doing, dude? Sitting here watching my ass at 1 a.m. Yeah, Tatsu needs the break. Like if we can keep up the quality of this arc and we just take a week off every now and then, fuck it, let's go. Here's a little espresso cup. Yeah, I'm having a 9 p.m. coffee. But anyway, watching this, babe. Aw, that's sweet. I'm glad that you're here, Wolf. Anyway, the yes, so the chapter, the arcs and stuff, I'm gonna leave it until we figure it out later on. Like, the arc stuff is really, I mean, technically speaking, the Evil Eye and Cursed House arc kind of feel like they're one big thing in a lot of ways, but I guess we use the dinner sequences as a breaking point, like a marker, but fuck knows. Anyway, he grabs her by the wrist and he drags her and runs as the Serpos and the mummy chase them. Right? Like I said, he's acting. He's fucking doing it. He's decisive, you know? That's Okurun through and through. And you love to see it. Like, it is really good. Also, like, we are still dealing with the fucking Serpos, man. These guys fucking suck, dude. You know? Yeah, just a bicycle mummy, as you do. But yeah, no, Okurun, quite rightly so, specifies that this is pretty much the worst possible fucking time that this could have happened. Because neither of them have any powers. Which obviously is a tricky situation. And then the three of the Serpos tried to put them in the awesome zone. Right? And again, this... It harkens once more back to the Serpo arc, right? Like, being jumped by the Serpos at the worst possible time when they've got this conflict between the two of them, especially in regards to the Ida situation. It's like the same fucking shit, dude. Like, I love it. It's so good. I know... Look, those of you who are here every week, by the way, number one, thank you. Thank you for being here every week, guys. Whether that's just the lurkers or the active participants in the chat. If you're here on a weekly basis, guys, thank you. And even if you're not, thank you. But especially thank you to the ones of you who are. You know, it can take a lot of energy to do this. So when you see that there are people here who are joining each week, I find that very exciting and really enjoyable. It's a nice touch point throughout the week. It's something I really look forward to. So thank you. Anyway, if you've been watching each week, you'll know that I keep saying this. When we first got Amnesia Momo, when she forgot everything in that stream, the stream of that week that I did. Right, the stream on that week that I did, one of the things that I really wanted was this revisiting of past events through the lens of who Okurun is now, and that is literally what we've been getting. And it's not even like one of those kind of like the meme, right? Like the meme of me being all like, oh, you know, I got the exact date or whatever that Momo was big again. Humble brag. That was a humble brag. Just wanted to bring it up. International Big Momo Day. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Orbis. International Big Momo Day. That was a meme, right? That was a meme. That was just me just joking around. Okay. This to me is like my dreams have been answered, right? Like I desperately wanted. That was almost like someone fucking decided to write this all as just a fan fiction specifically for me. That's what it felt like at the time, because like it was my thing of like, oh, that's what I want to see. That would be my ideal situation. but it is like exactly that, right? And it's not even like, oh, that's a guess. That's not a guess. That's me desperately begging, conferring with the gods to have it, to have that as the next arc, right? Because I find it's such a compelling thing, that sense of deja vu that's so hard to pin down and so difficult to actually name, like that feeling of we've done this before, but you can't explain exactly how, right? And having that laced throughout this arc was something I really wanted. And it feels like that's exactly what we've been getting, you know? And I love that about this. And so this specific fight scene, this specific situation, harkening back to the Serpo arc way back when, which it really is doing. I mean, they've even brought the Awesome Zone here, right? It's really cool because we can see how everything that he has been through, everything that he's been through with her, with Momo, has changed Okurun into this for the better, right? Like, when they fucking fire off the Awesome Zone, he just tanks it, man. He jumps in the way of it, protects her, protects Momo, and he fucking eats it, man. He tanks that shit, no problem. That's fucking wild, by the way, that he does that, because he was in his Turbo Granny form before and he couldn't tank that shit. He's a different guy. He's a stronger guy. You know? He absolutely fucking owns it. And he's done so much. He's done so much up until this point. Of course he would. And it shows us how different he is. Okurun, honestly, guys, no, like, right, you guys know this about me. You guys already know this about me, right? My favorite character in this series is Momo, right? It's not a secret. It's not a secret. But I'll tell you what, this motherfucker right here, this guy right here, he is nipping at the fucking heels of that, because he's Okurun's fucking progress recently is astronomical. It is an all-timer, my dude. It's an all-timer. I don't even know what to say at this point, because his fucking he is doing it, man. Like, he's this close. It's crazy. I'm fucking constantly impressed with him. This arc, completely impressed with him. You know, Momo's gonna need to. I do feel like the plot's been quite bad to Momo for progress. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I do feel like she's not had as much space to kind of like show off or to flourish, you know? Don't apologize. Thanks for joining. She hasn't had the same opportunity to really showcase what she's made of in the same way. But on an emotional sense, I think that she's kind of like fell behind Okurun quite a distance now. Like, he's fucking thrown himself in front of attacks and shit to protect her, you know? Yeah, it feels like the protagonists take turns. Exactly, support. That's a really good point. I'm not just saying that because it's my point. I was really fucking full of myself. It's like, what a great point you just attributed to me in a previous stream. Fucking, what a knob. But yeah, no, it feels like the ball is with Okurun at the moment. No, don't clip that, chat. Please. Please. Yeah. Fuck's sake, dude. No. I'm fine. But it feels like the ball is with Okurun at the moment. But very soon, I do see it passing back to Momo in a way, right? I think that by the end of this arc, things would have moved back over to Momo. In the same way that a lot of Season 1 of Dandadan, it was Okurun pushing forward, learning to grow, right? And it was Momo that was initiating all of the shared moments between them. But Okurun had to grow. Now, it feels like this is, again, an inversion, like I said, where it's Okurun who's initiating a lot of the stuff, who's putting himself in this position of being the active participant, and it's Momo that needs to grow. He's giving her that same opportunity that she afforded to him, right? Like, he's giving her that opportunity to be the one to grow. And that's what she did for him at the beginning of their friendship as well, you know? Is that a third ball with Okurun? I don't know how many balls there are at this point. Klaus. Yeah, but yeah, it's cool. I'm really into it. And throwing himself in front of this attack is decisive, you know. It's where he threw himself in front of the attack, the awesome zone attack. It's decisive, and he acts, you know. I love it. I absolutely adore it. In a lot of ways, though, it goes to show that also all of those things that he did when he was Turbo Granny, when he had his Turbo Granny form, that was him. You know? Like, with the powers, without the powers, it doesn't matter. He'd make those same decisions. You know? Like, when he threw himself in front of the attack, the Acro Silky attack in episode 7, he threw himself in front of it, and he didn't know what he was going to do. He just had to act. And he did that, but he was obviously powered at that point. But one thing that we've seen since Danmara all the way through to now, is that it was never the powers. It was never the powers. It was him. It was always him. Yeah, it was always him. And the powers were just the ability to gain that confidence in himself to do something. But it's always been him. And it's always been him that's pushed himself. And I think that's what we're seeing here. And that's what's really special about Okurun, is that the powers are really fucking so secondary. You know? Like, he's been depowered for a long time now. And, you know, that's fine. I'm actually fine with that. I tell you what, though, when he gets his powers back, it'll be fucking crazy, right? It will be amazing. That first chapter when he gets his powers back is gonna go so fucking hard, dude. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be crazy. Like, picture it in your head, right? Like, do you know what I mean? It's gonna be wild. Because you have to think, he's learned all of this about empowering just him, about just Okurun. So when he gets his powers back, I can only presume he'll be even stronger than he was. Yeah, I fucking miss Turbo Granny. Oh my god. Dude, bring back Turbo Granny, dude. Where is she? This is it, though. Like I feel like that's quite a ballsy fucking... I feel like that's a ballsy plot point to take, right? You're denying your audience one of the signature characters of Dandadan, because you've got a plan for it, and that goes to show how much I think how special Dandadan is, right? Because it feels like taking away the powers and stuff to build up for something really special later, and to give the characters a chance to get back in touch with who they are. I think that is a really bold choice to take with the plot, you know, because this is like a lot of what will essentially be a whole season, you know. The only place that you can see her is on merchandise from safetiesonrookie.com, guys. You too could get your own Turbo Granny. Do you miss Turbo Granny? Get your own Turbo Granny at safetiesonrookie.com. That's right, guys. Safetiesonrookie.com for all your merchandise and everything. We have stuff there. We also have mugs. You can see them over there. I should bring them back down, though, for another stream. Seriously, guys. It's really neat. Yeah. Yeah, the stuff. I have the stuff. But yes, safetiesonrookie.com, guys. It's in the description. So, the in your closet. Yeah, well, that's it. Wherever you need it, you know, wherever you need it. So he tanks the hit and he gets knocked over, and he tells Momo to forget about him and run, which is maybe not the best way of phrasing it considering the current circumstances. you know. But yeah, I mean, he's willing to put himself in harm's way. What a guy, dude. What a guy. He's the fucking best. He's the coolest guy. He's the best guy around. Theories? Oh, I don't know anymore. My macro theories are... I don't know. I don't know with theories anymore. This series is too unpredictable. There's a mummy on a bicycle right now. There's a mummy on a bicycle right now. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't predict these things. Discord link, Patreon link. You gotta link to my Patreon in the description. Join as a free member to get access to the Discord link. It is the pinned post on my Discord. That's how you find your way there. It's one of those things, you gotta earn it. It's like an Easter egg. Yes, exactly, Toaster. Thank you, Toaster. Anyway, he tanks the hit and he gets knocked down. But obviously the Serpos are shocked by this, you know. Guy manages to tank the awesome zone. And he highlights the fact that he's able to take it versus how he was able to how he struggled with it last time. He said that he says that it feels like he's being tackled by a gorilla, which is very specific, but fair enough. And ultimately, this is the result of his spiritual power training. My boy's been training; it's paying off, and yeah, there you go, exactly, all free. Yeah, it's all free, guys. But yeah, and then we see a literal shot from the Serpo arc. Man, Dandadan is the best, dude. Yeah, they're like, what the helly? What the helly? How did he do that? Chat, are you seeing this? Chat, are we cooked? Are we cooked, chat? But yeah, so he manages to tank it. I love the shot that they use, by the way, right? I love the shot that they use from the Serpo arc specifically. Monitor 2. Yeah, look. It's the fucking naked one. It's crazy. It's wild, by the way. It's wild that that's something that happened. Man. This does feel like early stuff, right? No, don't unsubscribe, please. Please. But as he's running, the talisman in his pocket starts to light up. And he takes note of it. I know, he was so skinny, wasn't he? Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Now he's fucking jacked. Now he's jacked. And as they're running away, Momo is just blowing on that fucking whistle. This to me screams that by the end of this fight, I don't think that they're going to necessarily win this fight, but they'll hold their own. And then CSG is going to show up, I think, to save the day. And solidify himself as their friend. You know? At least that's what makes sense to me. But yeah, no, they're running away and Momo's blowing on the whistle and it's all like Fweet. What fucking ridiculous. Yeah, there you go. Fweet. But then Okurun's like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Please just run. You're going to run out of breath. What are you doing? And she's like, no, this is a crime prevention whistle. But obviously she has no comprehension of empty space. Yeah, everybody's fweeting. Chat, can we get some fweet? Can we get some fweet in the chat, please? Can we get some fweet in the chat? And then Okurun's like, you're going to run out of fucking breath. By the way, Okurun, he's like super athletic now. He can just run for days. You know? Have you considered not doing crimes? Have you thought about not doing crimes, please? Stop. What you're doing is illegal. Yeah. Okay, we're getting some real fweets in the chat right now. Yeah. But then Momo's like, what the helly? What the hell are you talking about? And then Okurun's all like, by the way, if we can reach Gigi's place, maybe we can figure something out. They're going to Gigi's house. They're going to Gigi's house. That's crazy. We haven't seen Gigi's house, I don't think. Outside of, and yeah, I have the dogs out. Yeah, they're gonna go play some Smash. They gotta go play some Smash. But well, maybe did we see Gigi's house in the Daisuken? Oh yeah, there you go. Right. There you go. There you go. Everybody's saying it. Everybody's saying it. I was like thinking, I was like, what's the name of that thing? What's the name of that thing? I was like, shit. And then the Serpos are all like, Mr. Driss, why are you dawdling? So yeah, he appears to be a mummy on a bicycle with a sword. Keraton, which is the sound that the bikes makes, which is an actual cryptid. Presumably. Yeah. And it's interesting because the Serpos are like, could you use a different body, please? So there's, I guess, maybe some kind of like shape-shifting element to it, right? And then he starts riding on his own thing. I think maybe he's unraveling. Is that the point here? That he's unraveling, right? This is actually quite cool. That literally, it appears to be like only white stuff is still there, right? Like everything that's not white just disappears. What a very highly specific power, but you know, in this case, quite useful. And then Okurun, well, Momo falls, right? They're running down the street and Momo falls through the tarmac and he grabs her, right? And again, not only is he just acting, but there is almost an element here of something that we've seen before. In fact, let me find it. Like this does, I feel like it's not incorrect to presume that this is which chapter would it have been? What chapter was it? It's 159. I think it is. Yeah. Yeah. So there's kind of an element here of the confession, I think. You know? There's an element here of the confession, I think. And you can see it. You can see it in the DNA, of the shots, right? So you've obviously got this kind of element here of holding on, but it is a literal, quite a literal inversion of this, where he's flying off up into the sky and she's holding onto him, or he's holding onto her wrist. In the same way here, she's falling down into the ground and he's holding onto her wrist. And they even down to the language that they use as well, you know, of saying don't let go. And here he's saying that he doesn't want to let go. And it's these same reverberations. Yes, exactly, Toaster. Yeah. It, like I was saying, like I've been saying across, I sound like an echo talking about it, but it feels like an echo of this moment, you know? And it's not insignificant. Look, even, do you know what I mean? Like it feels like it's just too similar, even down to the holding onto the wrist. And there's that feeling that it's that feeling that we've seen it before. We don't know exactly why. And the more that you think about it, the more that you can dig into what it is exactly that calls to you, that beckons to you to understand that feeling inside, that reverberation of the idea that you've seen it before. You know what I mean? And that, I think, again, is something that is supposed to be kind of like also representative of where Momo's at, and on a personal scale. Exactly. Say Dandadan. Fucking ridiculous. You're all children. Yeah, no, this time he was able to hold on to her, that's true, and pull her up. And I guess, like, I don't know. I mean, I imagine it's not a 100% perfect kind of like, this is exactly a one-to-one situation kind of thing. It's more about seeing it thematically right? It's about seeing it thematically and understanding that, and feeling that there is a connection between the two moments, you know? And that is what it is. It's the idea that we've seen it before, that you can feel like we've seen it before. And it's great. It's excellent, actually. I really enjoy seeing this kind of stuff. This is really at the heart of this entire arc, you know? Yeah, the background does feel kind of weirdly inverted. Yeah, you're quite right. You know, like going off into the, like he's flying off into the sky versus her falling off into this floor. It's like, yes, it's a reversal, but it doesn't. But it's more about the fact that it's the same feeling of the situation. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, this is the opposite exactly. It's more about the fact that it's a recollection. It's cool. I'm just a big fan of this kind of stuff, because it really it forces you to contend with the emotions of that scene and rectify it with what is happening in this one. Yeah, it's like a referential. It's more of the echoes for me are thematic. In some cases, it's supposed to just draw forward this idea of it's supposed to just draw forward this the link between the moments, right? Like Momo and Okurun's kind of, you know, the jealousy that Momo felt towards Ida, bringing that forward to here and reliving it is important, because it's like a it feels like a, what would you say? It feels like a way of because that was a really important moment, a super important stepping stone in their relationship, right? In their relationship. So bringing that forward now to when they need to kind of retread those steps, and revisit those emotions, the things that led them to be where they are. I think that that's really important. So making the link not just thematic in what's happening, but also sprinkling throughout this very clear imagery, the linking visuals, I think just doubles down on exactly all those elements that we wanted to see, or that we need to bring forward into this moment, you know? Yeah, the fucking tier list fic. That's crazy, Natchan. Yeah, that was fucking wild. That was really good. I felt like my tone of voice in that was perfectly captured, you know? But yeah, so this moment is really good. This is maybe the highlight for me here, you know? The highlight of the chapter. And I do think that this kind of also carries a very nice kind of like if you think about the dialogue choice, right? If you think about the dialogue choice here, it's not it feels like a reaffirmation from Momo as well, telling him to not let go, right? And that's not just literally physically right now, do not let go because I'm going to fall into the ground, but there's also this added element of almost like reigniting that mission that he's on, right? An affirmation of the fact that he can't let go, like he can't like emotionally let go of what it is that he's trying to do here. Maybe that's looking too far into it, but really art is it's all down to the way that you what you take away from it. Yeah, exactly. Again, maybe that's too deep into like, you know, but I think that that's pretty fair to say. I think that like if you've got a series, or a piece of fiction that is able to make you think in those dimensions, I think anything's fair game. You know, like I think Dandadan is really, really special when it comes to anime, at least in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, in 2 weeks, can't wait. Can't wait. Fuck, God, I'm gonna miss next week. That's devastating. We'll need to think of something. People in the Discord, we need to think of something for next week to hold us over. If not, I'll think of something. I'm sure. But anyway, he manages to pull it back up, and all of the serpos start falling through the floor. Also, this is really cool as well. This is nice. This is nice right here. So cute. Oh. So fucking cute. Arc so far recap. That would go on for fucking a week. That would go on for a whole week. Maybe. I might do that. I might do that. I'll see. That's actually not a terrible idea, Blissy. I'll have a think about it. I'm sure that there's something that we can do in that regard. For sure. Oh, that would be exciting, Jenny. That would be exciting. Maybe, Frank. I'll have to have a little look. I have to have a little look, a little think about what's gonna take a little bit of what would work for a whole stream. But you know, it could be a good opportunity for us to kind of like have a more loose kind of discussion and things like that. Like obviously, a lot of these discussions are very led and informed by what it is that I'm looking at on screen. And as I feel the streams mature a bit, because it does feel like things have kind of like grown into where it is and settled into the exact format that we should be doing. I feel like it's you know, it gives us that opportunity to kind of see what we can do in just a chatting kind of format, you know. Yeah, no, I know what you mean, support, but I'll tell you what, it's gonna be good soon. It's going to be good soon. I'll tell you, we're going to get some good shit. We're going to get some good fucking shit when this pays off. The end of this arc is going to be amazing. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited for the future of Dandadan. I'm so excited for the future of Dandadan right now. Like, I feel like by the end of this arc, when Momo gets her memory back, they're going to have to contend with being a proper official couple. I think that's going to introduce some really interesting drama into Ida and Gigi's life, but also it's going to give us a new normal to work out, right? The thing with Dandadan for a long time is that there was a sense of almost normalcy that underscored everything, right? Where Momo and Okurun were together felt like, obviously they were playing chicken. They were playing chicken with each other for a long time to try to figure out what it is that they where their relationship stands. Do they like each other? Do they not? Like that was kind of the whole thing. And everybody else's relationship, there was a status quo to everything, which was just everyone's fine with each other. It only feels like now things are starting to shake up a little bit, and that is what harkens back to that early Dandadan, if everybody trying to figure out what exactly the relationships are, especially Momo and Okurun. So being able to kind of throw something new into the mix and be able to reestablish a new normal, I think is going to be really exciting for the series, and it's something that it hasn't really had to contend with before, at least not for a while. And I'm looking forward to that, you know, something a bit more official, unspoken, but maybe a bit more spoken, you know. That's something that I'm really excited for. But this, again, look, it's almost like instinctual, right? I just don't see this arc going on, this memory amnesia thing going on for that long, you know? I just don't see it. What the helly is this? Momo's all like, what the helly? And then everything that's not white has been turned into a pit. Honestly, her ability to ascertain the exact nature of this mummy's powers are pretty impressive. Over by Blissmas. Yeah, exactly. For the record, I retain the right to say exactly when Blissmas is. You have all just conflated it with Christmas. And if not, it's because yeah. You've all conflated it with Christmas, all right? You don't know that that's exactly when Blissmas is. I decide when Blissmas is. It's my copyright property. It's my copy property. Exactly. Blissmas mentioned. Yeah. Momo is a genius after all. Right, I see what he was doing with his thing. He can ride on his mummy wrappings. so he's able to ride around on anything. This is really cool as well. We've got a bit of a villain of the week kind of thing going on with this. I like it. You know, it feels yeah, it's my copperty. My copperty. Yeah, no, this feels like kind of back to that villain of the week kind of thing, monster of the week, and I quite like it. He's got like that Nessie thing. In fact, you know what, guys? Actually, technically speaking, if we're gonna really push this metaphor of echoes of what happened before, this kind of, you could make the argument that this black space plays the same kind of role as all of the water that surrounded them during the Nessie fight, right? You could make the argument that that is also similar. Like if we're taking it to its absolute extremities, the Serpo arc, this kind of has that same vibe to it, doesn't it? Because the idea was that if they fell into that water and stuff, they'd be fucking stuck there. It's the same kind of thing here, right? And there's one guy who can fucking traverse all of this shit, and it's the mummy. It's the mummy, right? It's got the same kind of like, it's got the same kind of vibe to it. I'm telling you guys, that's what this is to us. That's what this is to us. You know? You're seeing it. And you know what will be also quite interesting? What will also be quite interesting is by the end of this, if they do introduce CSG and possibly even Kirkcake, Princess Peach, and Hase to the group trying to be friends with them, you might also start to get that same vibe or dynamic of not knowing whether or not you can trust this person that they kind of had with the evil eye after the Cursed House arc, right? When he was introduced and he was in the gang, there was this element of trying to figure out what exactly the relationship should have been with him, with the evil eye, because he isn't on their side necessarily, but they tried to introduce him into the family. You've got the potential for that same kind of vibe after this as well. And that's where a lot of Momo and Okurun's relationship managed to flourish, was inside of that space. You know? Again, I don't think it's a one-for-one. I'm just saying that those same kind of like character tensions, those same surrounding dynamics, those same kind of, you know, character dynamics. Did I just see a Sun Wukong? Reference in the chat? That's crazy. Yeah, we're in our Sun Wukong vibe. But no, I mean, I don't necessarily think that this is going to be an exact one-to-one of every single step that we saw in the past, but creating those similar vibes. The Monkey King, fuck yeah, that's a legendary story. That is the legendary story. Yeah. Odyssey to the best, bro. But the getting those same kind of like situations, creating those same situations, are there actually Journey to the West Parallel? Oh shit, can you link me to that, Blissy, so I can check that out if you don't mind? But if that was this week, I don't know. What was I saying? Yeah, right. But creating those same situations, those same dynamics, those same underlying themes and stories and situations and contexts, in the same way that the Ida jealousy thing came along. I think that's you recreate the conditions for those same moments to crop back up again, but this time activated and perpetuated by Okurun's actions, not Momo's. And Momo is the one that then needs to grow and learn in the same way that Okurun did. That's what I think. That's what I think. You know? And I think that this fight is about trust. You know? She doesn't trust him. She doesn't believe anything about aliens. She doesn't trust his relationship with Ida. She obviously likes him, but she doesn't really trust herself to feel those emotions and to let herself feel those emotions. And by the end of the Serpo arc, Momo had opened the door. At that point, she had opened the door to letting herself feel those emotions, or to at least open the door to growing them and to bringing her guard down. This immediate reaction that she always has, which is to push back or to be aggressive, annoyed, kind of difficult to manage. Those conditions, that behavior is Momo's baseline. The Serpo arc opened the door for her to letting him in and to giving him the space to explain himself and to trust him and to let herself be herself a little bit more with him. And I think that that's what this is about as well, is opening the door to trusting him and to letting her guard down a little bit with him. And I think that that's what we'll get by the end of this fight. You know? Also, by the way, guys, fucking grip it and rip it, baby. Oh, fuck. Fucking grip it and rip it. But anyway, that's what I think. So I think that there is like even outside of just the also, for the record, another thing I'm telling you guys, the more that I do this thing, by the way, where I only read it through once prior to the stream, and then when I get to the stream, this is the first time that I've reread it, right? So you'll also note that in the Serpo arc, Nessie starts to essentially kill the Serpos as well, right? Starts to kill the Serpos as well, and the Serpos here also start dying. They also start dying here as well because of their own friendly fire. It's, you know what I mean? Like it's almost suspiciously the same, right? It's crazy. It works really well because it's not an exact one-to-one. You have to put the pieces together, but it's enough to make your brain in the kind of the quiet recesses of your mind where maybe you don't consciously know you're putting the pieces together. This is it, right? You start to piece it together in a non-conscious way, and it creates the conditions to re-explore these elements to the characters. Yeah, I know. It's for real, guys. Did you just use the word goons? Thank you for using the word goons, Blissy, in its classical sense. All right? We need to bring back the word goon. We need to win it back for the low-level fighters, for the low-level thugs, for the level 1 thugs. All right? That's what we're doing. Guys, we're bringing back goons for the level 1 thugs. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, they're all like, Momo's like, who the fuck are these guys? And Okurun's like, they're aliens and we're being attacked by aliens. And Momo's like, no, what do you mean? There's no way. Why are the aliens wrapped in bandages? Okurun, it's crazy. It's fucking wild. Like, the crooks. Yeah, for the crooks, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Bringing it back for the crooks. And then Okurun uses his bag. He uses his bag. And then it starts fucking shooting. Look at him dodge, by the way. Okurun's a goddamn G. His backpack. No. His backpack. No. Word of the day to learn. No. I'm saying we're bringing back the word goon. All right. We're bringing back the word goon for the boys. For the level 1 thugs, alright? Okay? No more of this unchristian business that we're calling using gooning for now. Hell no. Alright? Didn't know what it meant. No, you don't want to know, Jenny. You don't want to know. You know? That's crazy. Yeah, explain. I don't really know Corona. I think it was just like a creative decision by the anime people. Goob or Goober. No, it's not the same thing. Stop changing names, support. You can't just do that. Also, Nessie had a laser. Right? And that's kind of the same thing that's happening here. Also, like, you can see immediately, by the way, that Momo is impressed with his speed as well as the Serpos. Okurun is like he's such a goddamn G, man. Yeah, we're on Team Goon now. That's crazy. I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you just said that, dude. That's wild. Chat, clip that. Clip that. I guess I'll put that on the shirt. Yeah. Yeah, maybe, yeah, there you go. Volume 3. Safety's on Rookie Volume 3. It's just going to be a shirt that says, yeah, I'm a gooner. You know? We're bringing back gooning for the level 1 thugs. Level 1 thug gooner. There you go. You got it. Anyway. So he's fighting and he's dodging and he's also fucking defending. So he went into his bag so that he could get out the ogre club. Or the protective. Yeah. So he took damage, Basim. He took some damage. My boy Okurun took some damage. And he doesn't even like. He just brushes it off, dude. He just brushes it off and he's just like, yo, are you okay? And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you asking me? What about you, dude? And he's like, nah, I'm totally fine. No worries. What? He's so fucking cool. He's so fucking cool, dude. Yeah, he just got hit, man. Can transform it into a mummy. Oh, don't say that. Please. God, he just fucking tanked it. And now he understands how to use the ogre club. He's got to put his energy into it, his psychic energy, from below the navel and top of the head, and visualize the creation of a laser beam. Damn, man. Look at that shit. Look at him go. That's my boy right there. That's my boy right there. Yeah, I know. He's got a fucking weapon, dude. My dude has a weapon now. Holy shit. I'm so fucking impressed. Okurun Kenobi. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really enjoying all of this. You know, it feels like, in a way, because of the fact that nobody has their powers anymore, it kind of feels like a different anime. Like a different manga in a lot of ways, right? Like, because he doesn't have any powers anymore. Like a lot of the Dandadan stuff is kind of like not there at this point. I don't know. I'm enjoying it a lot, to be honest. You know. Yeah. I'm really enjoying them being depowered as well. I'm really, really enjoying them being depowered too. Like, I don't know. Like, it feels like you're able to properly get back to the basics with the characters and re-explore that side of them that we saw at the beginning when they were still learning to use their powers. Now they're learning. Instead of learning how to cope with powers, they're kind of learning how to cope without them. So it's almost opposite, but to the same effect, you know? Like they're relearning how to not have every, like the ability to, because it feels like since even the Damara arc, it feels like they've had to kind of like be depowered to properly, like, what's happening? You're getting some lag. We're getting some lag, guys. Oh dear. Yeah, that was weird. That was weird. So are we good? We still good? I'm just checking the health of the stream. Yeah. Okay, cool. I think we're okay. Okay, I think we're okay. That was weird though. Yeah, it's kind of weird sometimes when yeah. Yeah, there's probably a bit of a delay now, guys, but that's okay. Like, it feels like sometimes the stream just kind of like freaks out a bit, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, but the we're okay. Small indie company, yeah, yeah. I might just need to go in and change some settings or something for next week. But what was I saying before that? Yeah, no, I'm enjoying the this arc specifically so much. It does feel like even the fight, like we've obviously just gone through all of that, right? And by the way, guys, if any of you guys get any more lag, let me know. Let me know. Yeah, I know the lurkers are the bomb. All right, hold on. I'm gonna. Honestly, guys, if you're a lurker in the chat, by the way, absolute bee's knees, right? I fucking adore my lurkers. You're the best. Like, it to me, like I'm normally a lurker when it comes to any of this kind of stuff, right? So having a lot of lurkers here, and I don't know, like having loudly, oh I don't like that, I don't like that, having a lot of lurkers here to kind of like just chill out and watch is really gratifying, you know? Like, obviously the numbers and stuff have been growing for a little while now, in the server or in general, like I just think that it's really gratifying to kind of have a community of people who don't always feel the need to engage. Obviously, guys, if you guys want to engage, please do. You're always welcome to say hi, guys. Oh, Snaggle, thank you. Thank you for leaving a message. Take your time. It's you know, it's a marathon, you know? Like the thing is with it, Snaggle, and anybody, oh, hi Skilla B. No, like the thing is with it, like, you know, in the same way that Okurun made the decision to you know, talk to Momo, to be there and be the one to speak to Momo, in that same way, he didn't do it straight away, right? It takes time. If you decide that you want to engage, sometimes just a message here, a message there, join in the Discord, Patreon link in the description, join as a free member to get access to the Discord. It's the best place on the internet for Dandadan. Well, anything. If you feel comfortable saying anything, MG, please do. Obviously don't feel compelled or forced to, but if you want to sit there and just watch, that's great for me as well. Like, I just blab. I just fucking yap, dude. Like, I yap and I yap. So having people to listen is crazy, right? That's okay. Take your time. Everybody who has gone out of their way, everybody who's gone out of their way in the community to take that step to kind of get out of their shell a little bit and to just say hi, because I know that can be difficult, right? I know that can be really hard, genuinely. I don't personally suffer from it lots, but I know people who do, and it can be really hard. But sometimes, you know, whenever somebody actually does break out of that mold and starts to talk more actively or participate, even if they don't have anything really to say, and just let themselves take up space, I think a lot of people I think a lot of the difficulty with people putting themselves out there sometimes is that they're really scared or uncomfortable with the idea that people aren't interested. But in this community anyway, people are more interested than you'd think. And there's nothing wrong with taking up space, being someone to take up a little bit of space, because it's just as valid you having that space as anybody else. But obviously, if you want to listen to it in the background as well, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy for me. I enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot, actually. The idea that the idea that people listen to the stream like a fucking podcast is crazy to me, because I'm just here yapping about what's on this screen. I'm just here yapping about what's on this screen. I swear to God, like it's just, I just don't shut the fuck up. I just don't shut the fuck up, and it's so often that is like such an exhausting trait to have sometimes, because obviously not everybody's interested in everything that I have to say, and that's fine. It's not for everybody. But yeah, it having an outlet to just yap it's very good. It feels very therapeutic as well, you know, because it's that idea of there actually being clearly a decent number of people who are interested in listening. And that's, I suppose, something that you don't realize that you do have access to. It just takes a bit of work to find that audience, that group, those people who are going to actually take the time out and listen and things like that. But I'm quite fortunate in that I've managed to do that, you know, primarily because of all of this stuff. You know, all of this stuff, all the Discord and the community and things like that. And there are some people who have been supporting the channel since it began, and at every stage along the way, you know. And there is a group of people who have been even supporting at the highest level on Patreon and on YouTube. So I'm going to take a second to do my pomade, and I'm going to shout them out, guys. So that's Angle, Blissy Cat, Christmas Plague. We're doing a Christmas thing. Danny, Fifth Gram, Jersey, Mr. Evil the Wolf. So ridiculous. Old Turcoaster. Oh, yeah. We go way back. Orbis, Sarah, Serpo, El Clasico, Strawberry Jellies, Support Chan. Not doing it. Vampire Xmas Zilvi, Your Favorite Scented Candle, Zero, and the illustrious, the ever generous Tim Kai, ladies and gentlemen. The ever generous Tim Kai as well. So thank you, everybody, for supporting the channel. It makes this all doable for me, you know. Like it's really cool to do that. It also means I don't need to rush stuff out. Because it can be, especially when you're in the 9 months. Holy shit. Oh my God, Blissy. Member for 9 months. That's crazy. That's a really good... Some of you guys are fucking wild, by the way, because you've been basically supporting the channel since the beginning. So that, for me, I don't need to work out how long I've been doing this. I can just fuck it. It's like when you fucking cut a tree and you use the rings to count how old it is. It's basically it. I just wait for people to drop their membership thing, you know. It's wonderful. It really is cool, guys. All right, end that poll. We'll end that poll. Thank you for participating in the poll, lurkers, the majority of you who voted, so thank you. Yeah, Orbis is the unit of measurement. Oh, thanks, Snaggle. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, look. Anybody who... Don't cut me. I'll try. Okay, fine. All right, I won't cut you. God damn it. All right, we'll find a new unit of measurement, guys. We'll find a new unit of measurement. We'll have to cut Orbis. No, but Snaggle, thank you for saying that. That is you know, it's really cool to hear that people engage with the body of work, right? Oh, there he is, Orbis. There you go. There he is. That's the guy that we're to cut every month. Every month, just to check. Oh, Matt, hi there. Hi there. Brittany, hello. Oh, cool. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, no. The videos and stuff. What's really funny is obviously season 2. Season 2 was really, really good for me, for the channel, and for growing the channel and everything like that. And seeing people respond to it and react to it is really exciting, and I really enjoy that. But I think what's really cool about everything that happens here is there is that other side of it, right? Like the stream, I feel like is a really cool way to kind of, and quite a gratifying way to get in touch with people in a more kind of personal basis, on a more clear cut basis, right? Rather than just people leaving comments about the video specifically. I feel like there's the ability to just kind of like jump in and jump out and things like that. And it's also, I feel like, been quite good for growing the people in the community that we've been able to just chat with, and growing the Discord as well. Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member to get access to the Discord, guys. It's the best place on the internet for Dandadan, and to keep up with the channel. And you know, like, obviously, like I said, we're outside of season 2 now. Obviously, we're outside of season 2, so it gets more difficult to pump out videos because the content isn't as clear cut, right? So it gets difficult. It can be difficult. Like, I've got things I want to make. It's just getting them done is really hard sometimes. Naturally, I'm getting back to the retolds. Getting back to the Dandadan Retold series. Because yeah, it's been a minute. Like, a lot of stuff sat on the sideline because of season 2, and it was really great being able to put together the content like that. Sharknado retold, Spy Kids 3D retold. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, Salah. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy it over there. Yeah, the Discord's great. Everybody's very kind. But but the yeah, so getting back to the basics and getting that done. You know, the Dandadan Retold stuff is kind of is a nice baseline for me to go back to, because it's that what would you say? There's a familiarity with it, right? Like I know that it is something that people are excited for. It's a big project that I know people want to watch, and so I need to get it right. You know, the Space Globalist arc is fucking massive, guys. It's massive, and I want to make sure that I'm really. You see how long each of these streams is? Like let's say conservatively we do a stream, the manga chapter review in about an hour and a half on a typical day, right? This is a not typical day. This is a shorter one because it's just a fighting chapter. But let's say we normally get through it in an hour and a half. How many chapters were there in the Space Globalist arc? And each one of those needs to be sifted through in as much detail as these manga streams go into, if not more, because it's going to be there forever. So I need to make sure that it's done right, and it's a big project. I think the cat wants to come back in. Give me a second. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, I'll check out what the instability could be for next week. Sky, you meow. You meow. I know I can't go back out if I'm not in here. Yeah. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. Well, I mean, look, Dandadan for me is a very special series. You know, it represents a really important period of time for me, and that capturing the feeling and making sure that it is reflective of how I view it, because that is what it is, right? Like, what is it? What are you doing? What is it? You're disrupting. You're disrupting. Sorry, guys. Come here. Come on. You some of that. Okay, or walk away. Okay, come on. Come on. There you go. Good girl. Yes. But the for me, what really works about the Retold series is that it's more look, I'm working on something right now. I won't tell you what it is, but I'm working on something right now that maybe we can get a cat cam in the future. All right, just you got to give me some time. Anyway, for me, the Retold series, what's really important about it is, and this is why I kind of like wanted to make sure that it had that name, that brand name to it, the Retold series. What really matters about that for me is that it's not an analysis, and it's not just a recap. It's not just a recap. It's not just an analysis, but it is literally a retelling, right? And I know that sounds like you're splitting hairs at a certain point. Speaking of hairs, you're getting them all over my face. I know that sounds like splitting hairs, but it's really important, because for me, what that means is it's kind of like, I want to say like 20, maybe 30% analysis, 70% retelling, like storytelling. But from my perspective, how I perceive these events, what I feel about these events, and trying to instill in it as a viewer the feelings that I felt reading it, the feelings that I feel when I read it, when I think about it. So being able to kind of go back over that stuff and give it that sense of like pour a little bit of me into it, I think is one of the things that makes it such an important series to me. I know she's been really, it's because she's cold, man. It's because we're getting into the winter times. We're in like autumn and stuff, and her feet are like, her little paws are really cold, so she just wants my heat. But so that's what's really important about it. So I need to get them right, you know. Not to mention that I never finished the season 1 Retold. Admittedly, it wasn't super popular. It wasn't super popular. No, Sky would hate Kitten Mittens. Absolutely not. Yeah, I want to say 30% analysis and 70% storytelling. Hi, Valius. Hi. No, Sky doesn't wear clothes. She's a wildcat. Sky is an outdoor cat that's been retired into an indoor cat. So she doesn't accept clothing. She does not accept clothing or even civility. Thanks, Matt. Yeah. No, I mean, it's it is hard though, because it's like, that's when you start to kind of notice the perfectionist elements in yourself becoming obvious, you know, because it's all manga panels. It can be really hard to edit it in a way that's, oh, finally she's laying down, in a way that's really acceptable. She refuses to wear socks. Yeah, no, you got to keep the dogs out, don't you, Sky? Yeah, you do. Wheat. Yeah, I hate that. That's awful. That's going to be a permanent thing, isn't it? A permanent fixture. But the yeah, like, but you know, it's weird, I suppose, because it's kind of like, to me, that's my my outlet, right? Like, I know that eventually this you run out of Dandadan stuff to talk about, right? Over time, and I want to be inspired to talk about something else, you know. Just because, like to me, there's a lot of stuff out there. I did ask for it. You're right. I did ask for the tweet to be in the chat. That's true. There's a lot of stuff out there. It's just this is my thing. I can't. This is like my thing. I genuinely haven't really spent much time. Is this focusing on the mic? Yeah, it is. I haven't really spent that much time watching or analyzing anything else besides Dandadan. Yeah, it was on this, wasn't it? The focus. And that's, I don't know. There's not many things. There aren't that many things that I feel are on Dandadan's level in that regard. In anime, anyway, right? Like, I just don't feel that same, like, compelled. You know? I don't feel compelled in the same way to care about things. Yeah, Dandadan is so good. And that's it. It's hard to be as grabbed by other things. I'm not really much of an anime fan, honestly. There are only a few anime series that have ever grabbed me in the same way. You know? Cowboy Bebop had a massive impact on me, you know? But none of them have resulted in this fucking thing behind me. Look at this. There's tons of shit up there, man. There's tons of shit up there. That's so strange. That's so bizarre, isn't it? Yeah. We'll cross the bridge when we get there for sure. You know, especially like I'm looking for. I know season 2 just ended, but I'm looking forward to season 3, guys. You know, I know it's going to be like well over like a year and a half before we even get anything from it. But yeah, I mean, Persona 5, yeah, Persona 5 counts. Persona 5 counts for sure. Yeah. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Man, I've got a lot to say about Evangelion, but I guarantee there are better videos than mine. Like, if I were to make a video like that, I don't know that I'd be able to compete with the amount of excellent commentary that exists on Evangelion. Like, it is signature, it's singular, you know? But yeah, season 3 is going to be sick. It's going to be sick. All right. Wow. So you were a manga, originally read the manga before the series. That's really cool. That's really cool, Snaggle. Yeah, no, I got in on season 1, and then you've probably already heard from the video, the MOMOKARUN video. I just in a day just through the whole thing. Like, it was fucking, I'll tell you what, it was amazing though. It was so fucking good. Sitting there and reading through, it was like my brain fucking exploded. You know? Yeah. My brain exploded. Oh, thanks, Matt. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you. Yeah, maybe I will put something together at some point in regards to it, but I'd need to rewatch the whole thing again. It's very emotionally, like, you got to go to that place to properly understand it, I think. You know, I've got a Silent Voice on DVD, and I've got Your Name on DVD. I've just never watched them. Right? I'll get to it eventually. It's just there's no space up here for anything but Dandadan at the moment. It's fucking wild, you know? Because it's one of those things where it kind of feels like I need to be, at least for the most part, when it comes to the streams and stuff, I need to be on it, right? I need to be on my game. I need to have a fucking an absolute complete fucking, what would you say, wiki up here of Dandadan related stuff. Oh, you off? Okay. Aw, sorry to hear that, Tom. Is it Tom? Is that? But yeah, I mean, you're still here. You're still here now. That's the main thing. But the yeah, I mean, I've got to have like it all up here, like an absolute like top understanding of what it is, that's Dandadan, and yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. Like, but you know, that's part of it. Like, I enjoy it enough that that's something that I want to do. You know, yeah. I don't think I've seen the sarcastic chorus voice, but I'm glad that it brought you here, for sure. For sure. That's what's really cool about YouTube, to be fair, is more people talking about stuff means more people are going to find your stuff as well. It's not competition necessarily, you know? I think people really enjoy just talking about Dandadan, and I really enjoy talking about Dandadan. That's very kind of you to say, Salah. I'm glad that it brings you some degree of comfort. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's I enjoy talking about it, and I think it's really enjoyable to hear other people talking about your interests, especially because it's something that's a bit not specialist, but a little bit niche, you know? Like, it's a little bit niche, like, to the point where you don't necessarily have people in your life that are going to be talking about it. And if they don't get it, because I find Dandadan only clicks with some people, like, really fucking clicks with some people, and if those aren't the people in your life, you're going to have a hard time having such a kind of, like, intimate discourse about it, you know? I'm not worried necessarily that I'm going to lose my hyperfixation with it. It's just I struggle to share my brain having a really deep, like, if I get really interested in something, I feel like I need to really develop quite deep opinions about it, if that makes sense. And that takes up a bit of, there's a limited amount of space up here to remember this kind of stuff. And I feel like because Dandadan is so every week at the top of the dome for me, I've got to be ready to talk to you guys about it. I've got to have these opinions at least ready to be formed, like nascent in there. It kind of creates this, it's not even like a negative thing. It's not like I feel trapped by it. It's just I feel compelled to stay focused. You know, if I'm not doing this, then I'm making content about it. And if I'm making a piece of content about Dandadan, it needs to be of a quality that people are actually going to give a shit. If I'm just saying really basic stuff, nobody's going to really care that much. And it can be really difficult, you know, to do that. So having that extra dedicated space, I think I have room for Dandadan and one more thing, right? Like, I just finished Death Stranding 2. Dandadan and Death Stranding. Those were my two things that I was doing. Outside of that, there's no more space for analysis of a property, right? You know? Unless it's Metal Gear Solid, in which case it is hardwired in here. I'm glad that you found the Chaotic Beauty video. That's I'm really pleased that everybody enjoys that. The best that well, I'm okay. I don't know if I'm the best. No, I saw that, Eric. You shouldn't delete your messages, brother. Don't delete your messages. Yes, no, of course I get writer's block. I get writer's block all the time. Arguably, I have writer's block right now. I 90% of the time I have writer's block. Game pre-installed? That's crazy. Yeah. No, 90% of the time I have writer's block, man. Like all the time. It's so fucking difficult because it's like, it's starting something that's really hard, dude. It's really hard. But it is what it is, right? Like, it comes with the territory, I'm afraid. Like, yeah, I mean, I definitely struggle with it, for sure. Oh yeah, Helldivers is a different thing. I'm playing games all the time, right? Like, I'm always playing something. It's just well, actually, this year I've not been playing that much. In all fairness, just because of the fact that I've been like fucking laser focused on the channel for this whole year, right? Like, it's been crazy, and the growth has been astronomical. Like getting close at this point, getting close to 7,000 subscribers. Oh yeah, of course. Thanks, Toaster. Yeah. Anybody who's interested in gaming stuff and the channel, I tend to do that stuff on Twitch at least once a week. So that's a Friday, typically. A Friday at the same time as the Monday. So twitch.tv/safetyzonerookie is in the description. That's where I do my gaming. It's really fun over there, actually. I've been enjoying it a lot. And it's something that in time I would like to scale up if it all keeps going well. I've gotten through chapter 1, I think, of Expedition 33. I need to get back on it, to be honest, before it completely disappears from my brain. Yeah, that's the price you pay. Yeah, exactly. She's right. Support's right. You know, I like I've said it a bunch. I've said it a bunch in these streams, but one of the things that I did at the beginning of the year, and you're probably sick of hearing it by now, but one of the things I did at the beginning of this year was I decided to thematically to theme the year by yeah, I'll get back to it eventually, Hoops. I've not played it since then. But I've decided to theme the year around progress, right? Like, I had like a lot of people, especially in recent years, thank you, support. Like a lot of people recently, in recent years, because things are tough, guys. 2024 was no bueno. Was not my best go of it. Arguably the worst year of my life, for a variety of different reasons, but yeah. But at the end of that year, the real silver lining for the end of that year was, it had to be the fact that this stuff was starting to kind of take shape. It was beginning to crystallize into a community, an audience, which was very gratifying for me. So I decided to kind of double down on it, right? Like, over that Christmas period of time. Yeah, hold on to that question, Eric. Don't delete it. I'll get to it. All right? Don't delete it. I'll get to it. But anyway, at the end of the year, I decided that this year would be different. That I tried to take it into my hands a little bit. And that doesn't mean, like, a lot of the time you'll find that if you make and CGP Grey, I watched a video by him that highlighted that people, when they make a New Year's resolution to go to the gym or whatever, it falls apart within a month, because you've created such rigid rules on what it means to successfully achieve this goal, this beginning of the year goal. And it's right. Every single resolution, I don't make them because of the fact that I know that it will fall through. But if you theme it, if you pick a theme, it doesn't need to get dropped and then picked back up. You just make your decisions based on that theme, in accordance with that theme, to the best of your ability, as much as you can. That's what I decided to do. And the word I chose, the theme I chose, was progress, right? If it's personal progress, right, or the YouTube channel progress, growing that was my theme of the year, and it's something I've absolutely lasered in on you know, it's something I've absolutely lasered in on this year, was progressing the channel. And I've worked like I've never worked in my life, right? It's because one of the things that I find about myself, guys, is that I have this well, this pit of, what would you say, motivation. It's so precious. It's so precious in a way, right? In that I can only really be motivated and inspired by certain things. I can't and it's, again, it sounds precious because I at least have the privilege of being able to feel that way, and to kind of like, oh wow, Snaggle, thank you for joining Serpo tier. Welcome. You'll get a special thingy in the Discord if you're in there, Snaggle. You get a special role in the Discord as a Serpo member. But yeah, no, just me generally, I can't, I struggle so much to be motivated to do things when I don't really feel inspired. And I find it very easy to become depressed under those conditions, and to become quite low energy under those conditions. So I don't try fully. Like I've tried in a career setting before, and it's one of those things that ultimately you get kind of chewed up and spat out as a consequence of it. And all of that labor, obviously capitalist coded, right? Like this is going to be a little bit of that, but like obviously, you know, when you're in a work setting of any kind, is your labor that's monetized, and excess labor is what is effectively sold, right? So the more labor that you put in for free, you're not going to get more shit for that. It's just going to be fucking taken and utilized for the benefit of the organization, right? I've done that before, right? I've done that, and at the end of it, there's this like, you don't really have anything to, unless you stay in that fucking system, that place, you don't get anything for it. And I've been in that setting, I've been in that situation, and I've tried in that situation. I burned myself out in that situation, and been left uninspired and lesser for it. Like, you chip away parts of yourself and give it away. And in a way, that is what your work is, right? That's what your work is chipping away parts of you and putting it into something. Having this thing with people that care about it, people that follow it, and people that actually feel an emotional connection to what it is that you do, outside of fucking like basic ass business shit, right? Yeah, especially in that case, Wolf. It has more meaning. It has more meaning. There's not even like in my opinion, it's more meaningful. It has more meaning. What other meaning is there if it's not the way in which you connect and touch other people's lives? And this stuff, in some small capacity, what we're doing now, the way that we're talking, communicating from all different areas of the world, is touching different people's lives in a way that is meaningful, more meaningful than a fucking spreadsheet ever could be, right? No offense, Blissy. I know you love spreadsheets. My point is that this is something that inspires me. It's obviously not a job, right? I don't know that I'd want it to be my job necessarily. My uncle was a spreadsheet, fuck's sake. What I do know though is that it inspires me. Oh, Tiberius, happy birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Tiberius. Can we get some HBs in the chat, please, for my boy Tiberius? But anyway, my point is that this is something that I want to pour me into, you know, to chip away at bits of me and instill it into that, because that is worth being, you know, throwing yourself into it and basing a whole year of progress around. You know, there's like I'm pretty tired just generally, like, but like, fuck it, we ball, you know. This is more meaningful than that. And the fact that there are, for such a small community, really, less than 10,000 subscribers is quite a small community, guys, really, in the grand scheme of things. But the fact that we've got such an engaged community, I've seen audiences and communities, most audiences and communities of channels of 50,000 subs, right? 50,000 subscribers, and they don't have whatever this is, because we've taken the slow route. We've taken the slow route to get here, but done it in the right way, done it in the correct way, and that is what this is, you know, is doing it in the correct way, and it's more meaningful that way. It creates a better community, and it also connects us all in a way that's more meaningful than anywhere else. You know? Sorry, I'm just messing around. Yeah, exactly. It's Kojima, Dan. Oh my god. We're getting a Kojima reference. We're Kojima referencing in the chat. Chat, are we Kojimaing? Yeah, I mean, you'll get the Madge. I also did my degree in media related work, so it's difficult. It's definitely not easy, but you know, you'll get there, like, genuinely. But I think that is also kind of it as well, isn't it? It's like a lot of my kind of like work up until actual work has been very much squarely centered on things that I like, analysis specifically, and so being able to do that here, it's just a perfect combination of things for me. So yeah. Also, the streams are really good. Like, this is a strange thing. Like, you may not realize it, but like when you're looking at me. Oh, thank you, Orbis. I'm really pleased. I'm pleased to hear that, dude. That is built into my schedule as well. But when you're looking at me talking to you, I'm talking to that camera. But it's weirdly, at first, it was very strange, right? When I first started doing this, it was fucking weird to communicate to the camera. And it felt unnatural. But now it weirdly feels like I am talking to people. It's more than just a stand-in. It's like actual people there, you know? It's very strange. It's very strange. Right, what did you ask earlier, Eric? What did you ask earlier? Let me scroll. All right. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, Eric, like, when it comes to the MOMOKARUN video, I don't know. I try not to. On one hand, I try not to go backwards too much. Like, that video kind of feels like it was kind of a perfect. Oh yes, the question was if I could go back and rewrite the MOMOKARUN video, the chaotic beauty of MOMOKARUN's love, would I do something differently? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, like, there are probably bits to do with recording that I would have done differently, because there are some parts of it there you can tell I don't really know what I'm doing with my audio recording, but I feel like that kind of adds a certain texture to it, right? Like, it feels like a smaller channel's or a non-existent channel's YouTube video because of those facts. So I actually don't even think I'd change that about it, to be honest, because it's part of it. No, I don't think I would. It's too important to use it as a reference point for me for where I've been and where I'm going and where I am now. Also, it was a success. I mean, that many people who watched it and enjoyed it, they can't be wrong, can they? You know, like they've enjoyed it enough that it's its own thing. So who am I to decide what should or should not change about it? In a lot of ways, it's not even really my video anymore. Yeah, most of the videos are MOMOKARUN already. You're quite right. But, like, I mean, you'll note that the, you'll note that there are some things that I recover in later videos, right? Like, the Cursed House arc retold. Yeah, probably more than 30%. But the Cursed House arc retold. The sequence where Gigi and where Gigi shows up and Okurun, like, obviously crumbles and stuff. I've talked about that moment multiple times across multiple videos, and each time it's a bit different. And yeah, I mean, I think that's a natural kind of part of it, right? Like a natural part of it is doing that, at least for me. And each time I've been a bit more pleased with how I've done it. I love that video. My personal favorite piece of work that I've done is the Okurun analysis video. The how love transformed Okurun beyond Kentakakura. That video. That's probably my personal magnum opus. You know? That's my personal magnum opus, if you ask me. Like, I think that's my favorite. Yeah. Yeah, it's my one. Oh, wow, Plague, thank you to... Welcome to the Serpo tier. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that so much. Genuinely. It means a lot to me to see people doing that, so thank you. Obviously, guys, you don't need to pay to support the channel, but every fucking penny is incredibly meaningful to me. So thank you. Genuinely, it means a lot. Silent support. Yeah. Role reversal from the first chapter's Momo protecting Okurun. Yeah, I mean, I think that this, for me, this arc is about that kind of like shifting roles for Okurun to be a more active kind of element in stuff. I'll kind of talk about that stuff in the chapter review as well, if you go back and check it out later. But like, yeah, I mean, going through all the old stuff, the old arcs, and kind of like revisiting some of those elements, I think is really important to this going forward. New GIF. New GIF spotted. Yeah, if somebody can get that sorted for me, yes please. I'll be using that a lot. Yeah, I mean, it for me, what I like about that video, Orbis, is that it Christmas Plague on the Discord. Got you. What I like about that video is that it kind of covers Okurun's story, his journey, as a whole thing. Like that video, in a lot of ways, is kind of perfectly situated for me as a reference point, because I can look at that video, and that person that I'm talking about in that video, that Okurun, that's who this guy is, right? That is exactly who this guy is. Do you know what I mean? This is the same guy. This is exactly that guy. It's that strength underneath this veneer of fear of being rejected. You know, because getting past that and bringing someone out of that is such a powerful tool. And taking a chance on somebody is such a powerful thing to do, and it's so easy for a lot of people to see someone. And that's what it is. I mean, you that's the potential that everybody has. to choose to be better, and it's not just someone gifting it to you either. Like, Momo didn't just gift him that. You know, he had to pursue it. He had to grow into it. He had to find who he was outside of who everybody always forced him to be, in the same way that Momo did. And, you know, if by the end of this arc we do get a full circle, a full cycle for Momo and Okurun, that's my point of now I'm going to do a Momo video, right? Like, but it's really, for me, it's about having that end point. You know, an ending for any story is really important. You got to have a destination that you're aiming for, and that Okurun video had an end point, which was Okurun becoming this guy that we see each week just now. That was the end point of that video. I don't think that there's an end point like that for Momo. I don't know that there's necessarily an endpoint like that for Ida yet either. So doing a video on either of them kind of feels premature, you know? Even though, like, obviously, if I'd released a Momo video in season 2, it probably would have done all right for itself. It's just I don't want to do it if it's not ready, if it's not ready to go, you know? If it's not at the point where I feel like I can actually do a good job about it, what's the point in doing it? At least that's my opinion, you know. And that's who Okurun is in my eyes too, you know. So I mean, we'll see. I did kind of do a GG video, to be fair. I did a In Defense of GG video, which kind of covered a lot of his stuff. Maybe we'll see something for GG in the future, but he's kind of like at the end of... he's kind of like the lower rung, you know? Yeah, exactly, Toaster. It feels like the end point of that video still reverberates through each chapter just now, and that's what makes it really gratifying for me to see, is that the person I'm talking about at the end of that video, I feel like that's him, you know? And everything he's doing now is like extra. I mean, like that video I released a couple of weeks back about this arc, that's like DLC. That's like DLC to the Okurun video. Yeah, I mean, Okurun will definitely get his powers back, Tuma, for sure. I don't know. I mean, hopefully he'll incorporate the ogre stick into it. That would be sick, to be fair, you know? If he's actually... But this is it, like learning to fight like this, I think will inform his ability to fight as in his Turbo Granny form. And getting in touch with his inner powers as well, I think will help him fight in his Turbo Granny form when he eventually gets it back. Eventually. You know? Yeah, Vamola is... Vamola's lacking in character growth, I think. I think that eventually when I'm doing the Space Globalist arc retold, there's obviously a huge section in there dedicated to Vamola, which is going to be something that I'd spend a lot of time tweaking to be correct and to be really powerful, to the best of my ability. I think that would cover a lot of the Vamola stuff. You know, like a mini analysis. Like I did a mini analysis of Kinta in the Kaiju arc retold video. You know? Yeah, Turbo Granny will come back and he'll definitely get his Turbo Granny form back. I mean, he's you know, it's his signature thing. Like, in the same way that Turbo Granny is kind of the mascot of the series, his Turbo Granny form is like the thing, right? Like, that's the thing. So he's definitely going to get it back at some point. Speaking of Space Globalist video, what have you got to say? God damn it. Yeah, I mean, I think that he probably will be still depressed, you know. But, like, that's kind of his vibe, I guess. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. we'll see. I mean, I guess it depends where things are at by that point. But he'll definitely get his powers back. She got bit on the butt by sharks. True. Yeah, 3. That's 3. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think his Turbo Granny powers are pretty strong. I think his Turbo Granny powers are pretty strong for. Because, I mean, he since he discovered the spiral, right? Since we discovered the power of spirals, I feel like he really came into his own with it, you know? A 5th reference. She has no, she's panicking, that's what it is. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, support. Support. But, yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it, you know? I'm looking forward to it a lot. Yeah. I mean, like, hey, we'll get there soon. I'm just really enjoying, that's true, Tuma, but I imagine, yeah, I think that once he's back in his Turbo Granny form, because of all the work he's done now, he'll be a bit more capable as a fighter later on when he's back in his form, right? I've been really... This has been a very chill post-chapter because there's no second activity. Honestly, I'm thinking about what to do next week, right? Next week's going to be a little bit more of a tricky one because there's no chapter next week, guys. No chapter. But that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, like I've been really enjoying them being depowered, to be honest. Yeah, exactly, Tuma. That's what I'm saying. Like, this has been great. This has been just excellent. Like, it feels like we're really getting back to the basics. I'm glad that so many people have kind of come around in the community, and I don't mean the Discord community, because for the most part here and on Discord, so Discord and YouTube, under the Safety Zone Rookie community, we've been pretty positive, I feel, compared to a lot of other communities. In regards to Dandadan, I feel like we've been really trying our best to stay on top of that, and I think it's paid off, right? I genuinely think it's paid off because this feels good. This feels like we're in a really good spot, and it is retroactively making everything that came before it work even better than it did back then, because it's you know, it's really difficult to know exactly when you're in the middle of the forest, right? It's hard to know exactly which way you should go to get out, because you can't see any of these things, right? It's literally just trees everywhere. It's in the same way when you're in a story, when you're inside of a story. Oh wow, 9 months, Nachan. Thank you for being here for 9 fucking months, by the way. That's crazy. But when you're in a story, when you're in the middle of a story, you don't know exactly what's coming next. So when something stressful happens, or something that you're not on board with, it can be really hard to know. It can be really hard to know exactly what it means for later on, or if it's going to be justified later on. So even if something awful happens, if that is justified later on, it has this reverberation backwards through the story, and it makes that moment make more sense. So for me, yeah, you got to huff on that hopium, you know. You got to trust in the process. Trust in the process, and it pays off, and you're able to kind of have that ability, at least in my perspective. You kind of have that ability to think about things in the perspective of positivity, and when you do that, you start opening your mind to all the potential that an arc can have, or the story can have, and that's when you start thinking about, it would be really cool if they justified this awful plot point, this horrible plot point, by revisiting past stuff, by making it go quickly, by speed running Momo and Okurun's relationship up to this point, and revisiting it. And because that's what's happened, it makes all of those hopes feel more important. It means that the story, that Dandadan, feels more in line with what it is that you want it to be. It makes the whole series feel more perfect for you because of the fact that you gave it the grace to kind of like let it match your hopes or to exceed your hopes, you know? And that's what I tried to do, and I'm glad that it's paid off, you know, especially for a story like this. I think it's really important to just, I don't know, I mean, like, there's a lot of stresses in life, you know. There are a lot of stresses in life, especially like now, right? Things are complicated and tricky for a lot of people, and uncertain for a lot of people, you know. And most of us, almost everybody in this chat, has it pretty fucking good compared to some people, and most people, I would probably argue. And so I think that acknowledging that this is a story and letting it surprise you, and try to keep this optimistic outlook as much as you can towards things that you care about, I think it really fucking pays off. It really pays off, you know, because I don't want to let myself presume the worst about the story I care about, or these characters I care about. It's one thing that I've learned, and not just in Dandadan, but in fucking life, is if you're not optimistic, like, and it's really hard sometimes, even when things are fucking diabolically shit, if you aren't able to keep a degree of optimism to the best of your ability, even in small ways, it's really fucking easy to fall off of the edge with things, and it doesn't make you enjoy them more, you know. Yeah, no, I get that too, man. And this is my point when I say that like having the kind of like that hopium perspective, I think is really important, because you get to open your mind to the possibilities of what could happen with the plot versus the kind of negative perspective of what this is destroying about the series. Thinking expansively rather than reductively about what this plot point could mean, I think opens up your world to a lot more potential, right? Like, I feel really gratified just by the fact that I got to speak about this before we got to this whole thing, and talking about, like, being able to talk about all of the things I hoped for the series, and then seeing a lot of that happen in real time each week makes me fucking love it more, because it makes me feel like I actually am really in tune with this thing I care about, and that's what I really love about this whole arc as well, you know. Probably, yeah, no, Tuma's right. I think that for a little while there'll probably be a bit of friction, but like at the end of the day, like it's their choice. It's Momo's choice, it's Okurun's choice, and their friends will respect that, you know? And that's going to be a great little plot point. Genuinely, that's going to be a really enjoyable plot point. I enjoy all of this stuff with the characters. This is my whole bag, you know? That's okay, Tom. So once you get to the Patreon, it should be the linked post. Yeah, it's pinned. It's pinned. I can show you if you like. I think. Yeah, I can show you. See? Recent posts. Recent posts, and it's pinned right here. So, right here is pinned. Cool. Yeah, no, I'm really hopeful to see where things go as well. I'm really hopeful to see where things go as well. Yeah, I don't think he'd be mad. Like, there's nothing to be mad about. Like, it's just, I did do the pomade support. You just didn't see it. You just didn't realize it because I done snuck it in. You know? You must have missed it. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. No, not the donut question. No, I did not. I made a point of saying I wasn't going to do that. I made a point of saying I wasn't going to do the support chant thing again. I was foolish to do that even once. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah. Well, I think a little bit of friction for Gigi as a character. I think a little bit of friction benefits his character a little bit. Genuinely, I think it benefits his character because it shows that he's got values. It shows he's got something to care about, and ultimately being able to overcome those feelings that he has is an important plot point. You know, that reflects his strength of character. It shows that he's able to overcome his own personal desires in order to respect somebody else's momos, and I think that is good. That's a powerful thing. I think that will be the same thing with Ida. I mean, like it gives them the opportunity. It gives them both the opportunity to show that they care about stuff. You know. Yeah. No, I Toaster, I'm glad that you said that because I think that what was throwing me off about the last camera angle was that it was a little bit more off to the side, but I think it was too much eye level. This is just ever so slightly above eye level, and I feel more comfortable with that angle. Yeah. I can't be bothered getting all the stuff back out again. I just put it over there. Over the last one. This is the thing. Right, I'm going to be working on I think that this is the perfect angle for this. My only problem is some of the stuff in the background I think needs a bit of a reshuffle so that it's more visible. But I'm going to be working on some of that stuff ideally for next week. But yeah, because of the detached head, that's crazy. No, this feels good because you know what it is. What I quite like about this angle is that number one, it feels like I'm having a bit more of a conversation because before I was looking right up there the whole time, so I'd have to sit forward or I'd risk all this extra headroom above me. But here, it feels like when I'm talking, I can look at this and it's like. It feels natural to kind of look at me at an off angle, but if I'm having an actual proper discussion, really into it, I can kind of just speak to you guys, you know? You. And it kind of, I don't know, it feels good. It feels like right. It feels a little bit less kind of like it's always up there for me. So yeah, I like this, you know. Yeah. Me? Yes, you. Yeah. Yeah. I do think it facilitates. It does seem. It feels like it facilitates a slightly more kind of like back and forth. Yeah, I feel more relaxed as well because I'm able to lean back properly in my chair. I'm able to kind of like talk like I'm just chatting with you rather than being really wound up at the front. I'm able to just kind of like bring it in a little bit, right? Called work. I'm sorry that you had to work, dude. I've got to work tomorrow. Boo. But it feels like I can be more laid back, and I can kind of like be a little bit freer with the way that I'm moving around and stuff. I think that this is the angle for me, the one that I want to stick with, at least for the Monday streams. It's going to be different for for the games and stuff on twitch.tv/safetiesonrookie, which will be like a classic kind of like thingy angle. But like, yeah, I think that season 2 soundtrack got delayed because of the Hayashi band stuff, the copyright issues. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm glad that you like this angle. I'm glad that you like this camera angle, because I think I'll stick with it. Like I said, I need to do a little bit of reworking of stuff. I need to rework the background a little bit. A link you could pin. A link to twitch.tv/safetiesonrookie. That would be impossible. Or is it? But yeah. I mean, I guess while we're here, Dandadan curtains. I need some new curtains for sure, but like soon enough. Yeah, I don't love working. I prefer doing other stuff. But you know, it is what it is. You know, unless I'm willing to stream 8 hours a day. Fuck's sake. To be fair, I'm probably one of the only people in the world who gets more views on YouTube streams than Twitch. Also, I got the Blu-ray. Do you want to just look at that while we're here? You guys want to look at that? Chat, do you want to check out the Blu-ray? Chat. I got the Alien edition. Pretty cool, wouldn't you say? Pretty sick. You haven't opened it yet. It's fucking cool. You should just do it. There's some really cool stuff in here. There's a poster. That's a classic. It's the same one as up there. I can't reach it. There we go. The one up there that Blissy gave me for my birthday. Thank you, Blissy. Very kind, very generous. And then there's also this one, which is the special Blu-ray release thing. There we go. Pop that back there. Then there's also a variety of stickers, of Turbo Granny stickers, and a Dandadan sticker right there in the middle. I shall never, ever, ever take them off of their little thingamabob. Yeah, I know that one is really cool. There's also this book included that's got a variety of very interesting interviews. There's an interview here with Tatsu and with Yamashiro, which is very cool. So, yeah. Yeah, I know, Bliss is the same. Yeah, no, I thought about getting both. They're definitely more expensive now that they're not on pre-order. There isn't a difference between the two. There's like obviously packaging differences, but the actual content is the same. But there's also interviews in here with other people as well. Some of the art director, the color director. I haven't actually sat down and read this, but I'm very intrigued by what the color director has to say. I'll be very intrigued to see the season 2 stuff when it happens eventually. Challenges of working on Dandadan. What do you think the greatest charm is? Shifts. Yeah. You know what? Actually, that's spot on. My boy here talking about the favorite scenes. They're talking about how who is it? It's the color design. The color design person, Hashimoto, is talking about how the shift from everyday conversations into battles can be very dramatic. And there's a lot of contrast between the two of them. I agree. What's up? You can't hear me? Alright, cool, cool. Does he talk about the snot filter? I don't know, I haven't read it all yet. There's also some really cool images here. In progress images. This is just an unboxing video now. A lot of really cool behind the scenes stuff. Look at this. Reader's a bedtime story. There you go, look at that. Cool, huh? I know, I love this. They post a lot of it on thingy. Then there's also the key visuals. But I'll show you something really cool. Perhaps I will. Perhaps I will. This is really cool. Are you ready? Are you ready, chat? Chat, you ready for this? Look at that shit. Oh, focus. Look at that. Why does he look so fucking doped out, dude? What the hell? He looks great. Look at that fucking image, dude. Yeah, it's sick, isn't it? I don't know. That's a good question. Then there's the actual thing itself. And then the golden balls. Golden balls, baby. So that's not bad. Pretty nice, huh? Spy Kids 3D. I've got Spy Kids 3D over there. Do you want to see it? I know that you guys are only here for the Spy Kids 3D content. I love how that's just a fucking meme, by the way, that we're all apparently in on. Apparently we're all in on the Spy Kids 3D. Fine, I'll get it. There it is. There it is. It got water on the back of it. It got water on the back of it, so it's all crinkled up. But just ignore that. There's the 2D version, and then there's the 3D version, which is the only one I care about. Only one I care about. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, it's just got a bit of water damage. It's good. It's still good to use. Alright, Hoops, catch ya. I don't know if it's a limited supply. Ready to go. Yeah, the 2D version is pretty much no good. Yeah, you don't... Who watches Spy Kids 3D 2D? What the hell? What the helly? Who's watching that shit? You know? Yeah, I love Spy Kids 2D. Spy Kids 3D 2D. It's fucking ridiculous. Stupid. Stupid, dude. You know? It doesn't matter. I'll tell you what. There's a bit where no, it looks great. It looks great. There's a bit in it because when they're in the normal world, you don't need 3D glasses, right? But when you go into the game world, you need to put them on. So when the characters in the film put on their 3D glasses, so do you. And then at the end, when, spoiler alert, the bad guys come into the real world, the only way that our characters can see them is by putting on 3D glasses again. So you also have to put on the 3D glasses in order to, when at the same time that the other characters do, and you get to see the 3D stuff as well. So think about that. It's actually very intelligent. Well, it's not my fault you haven't seen it, you goddamn fools. Don't blame me. I haven't seen art. I haven't seen this amazing piece of art. What are you even here for? Spy Kids 60. Oh my god. It's not my fault. You should have fucking cultured yourself before coming to my stream. Fucking culture yourself before coming to my stream, god damn it. You're literally asking for Spy Kids 3D retold. You utter fools, man. What did you expect? Oh, but no spoilers in my retelling of Spy Kids 3D. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I'll do that. Second favorite Scooby-Doo streamer. Wait, you got another Scooby-Doo streamer that you follow? Yeah, see, Tiberius, he knows. Tiberius, he knows. Yeah. This is where it's at. I've got about 10 of these scattered around my flat. 10 of these around my flat. So, there you go. Guys, I'm going to do a big donation drive, alright? Whoever, top 9... top 9 donators, alright, get to go to exclusive Spy Kids 3D screening with me. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think, guys? What do you think? Top 9 donators, you get to go see Spy Kids 3D with me. The water damage is fine. You just ignore the water damage, right? I've got about... If I forgot them, then some of you might need to take turns. But, like, if I've, like, lost a couple of pairs, some of you might need to take turns. But, guys, I'm thinking, really, that this is an exciting opportunity, guys. Okay, wait. I can do an actual thing. Hold on. No, I'm not doing it. No, this is so stupid. This is so fucking stupid. This is so stupid. Yeah, I know. I need to take them with me wherever I go. If I had a pocket here, I'd put them there. All right, I put them there. I always have these on ready to go in case you need to see Void stuff. Oh yeah, no, you're gonna have to make your own travel arrangements for sure. Also, food is not included. Obviously, I could probably throw together like a cheese toasty for you if you want. Alright, like that's the best that I can do. Tuck them in my collar. Yeah, alright. Yeah, there you go. That looks fucking dreadful. Jesus Christ. There you go. No, that also looks dreadful. I'll just hold them. You know? Yeah. But, cheese what? Oh, fuck. Alright, Toaster, you're already in, dude. $1. No, that's crazy. Ain't no way he just dropped $1. That's crazy. Yeah, a cheese toasty, bro. Yeah, a cheese toasty is what we call fucking grilled cheese here. Get over it, bro. It's like sake. Well, no. Obviously, I have the DVD. On wraps. All right. If you want to watch the DVD, I got you. I'm your guy. All right. I'm your guy. If you want to watch the Spy Kids 3D DVD, don't worry about it. The housing element, yeah, I can't really help you with that. No, they say grilled cheese, bro. They say grilled cheese. Can I have a grilled cheese? Hey there, buddy. Can I have a grilled cheese? That's what they say. You know, they'll walk into like a diner. You know, like they'll walk into their favorite. He actually did donate $1.05p. All right, sorry, Toaster, you're out. Orbis is in. You're out. Orbis is in now, bro. Sorry, dude. Sorry, bruh. Going once, twice, sold. No, sorry, guys. Sorry. Not good. Nah, no, they don't say toast. They don't say... Yeah, no, it's wolf. I wouldn't even worry about it, dude. I even worry about it, wolf. Like, they don't say grill. They don't say toasty. can I have a grilled cheese, please? Hey there, buddy. Can I get a grilled cheese with everything on it, extra pickles? Extra pickles. That's so fucking like, you know, like over here it's just like, can I get a grilled, get a toasty? Can I get a toasty, a cheese toasty? You know. Hey, excuse me, Buster. I'm ordering here. Listen, Buster. I'm ordering here, okay? Get in line, buddy. Yeah, Wolf. Yeah, brother. Let's go. Hey there, pal. I'm ordering here, all right? Listen, if you want your grilled cheese, buddy, you're gonna have to get in line like the rest of us. I've been waiting here since 9 a.m. Yeah, having cheese toasty. That's what I'm saying. Fuck. No, it's triggering me. It's triggering me now because now it's in my brain. It's up here now. I've had my dinner. No. This is not the night. This is not the night. I hate these sound. Yeah, it's probably because that's me. That person you think that's me. That's me. That's my actual accent. This is fake. This is the fake accent. The other one is the real accent. Yeah. Yeah, every single one. It's a very big place, but every single one is crazy. You know? Yeah, that's it. That's my real accent, though. This is the fake one. American Michael. Yeah. Yeah, safety's on cooking. That's it. Okay, catch you, Eric. Thank you for joining. Yeah. About the grilled cheese. Oh, there you go. Well, that's Canadian dollars support. I'm sorry, but that's 1.06 Canadian dollars to US dollars. That's 75 pence. 75 cents. Sorry, guys. Canadian money. Hey. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Support, it counts. It counts, support. It counts. Sorry, guys. Support's coming over now. You guys are out. You guys are out. All right. Do I hear $1.07? That's crazy. Cents. Isn't that crazy that you guys say that? Right? Nah, I changed my mind though. Toast Renner. Maple Books. Yeah. Yeah, that's a buck. $1.50. That's a book. Book. Oh, that's crazy, dude. Nah. That's fucking wild. A loony. Oh, what the fuck? Nah, but you guys, that's made up, innit? Nah, it's a penny though, innit? It's the only thing. It's so fucking cursed. Yeah. No, I can't. Yeah. I can't even. Yeah. No, I'm one of you guys. All right. I'm a dollars and cents kind of man. You know. What is that in pounds? What is 100 in 20? No, that's crazy. 23 pence. 23 pence. That's wild. Tim Kaiser. No, we don't talk about the Swiss francs. We don't talk about that. That's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, pounds and pence. Pounds and pence. Gives us a pound. Go on, mate. Yeah. Dollars and cents. Yeah. Threw it in your mouth. Dollars and cents. Yeah, buddy, that'll be $50. That's $50, pal. Listen, Buster, you want to get in? You got to pay the toll. You're talking like $20. $20 or you're not getting in, buddy. Simple as that. Yeah, should we do an American stream? Do you think I'd be more popular in American? If I spoke in American, do you think I'd be more popular or less? You know? Hey guys, welcome back to another Safeties on Rookie stream. Today we're talking about the latest chapter of Dandadan. And I'll tell you something. Okurun, he's a pretty cool guy. And he's giving them the business. He's giving them the business. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, dude. Oh my god. And then the Serpos come over to him and he really starts giving him the business. I mean, he's a pretty serious guy. And he turns to Momo and he's like, "Oh, what the flip? What the heck? What the heck?" Can't wait 2 weeks. I know, me either. I believe that's an alien. Wait, you're kidding me. Hold on a second, buddy. Let me just get things straight. You're telling me that that's an alien? What the hecky? What the hecky? Ain't no way. I don't believe that aliens exist, and there's nothing you can say to convince me otherwise. You know? Say fui. Yeah. What do you think, guys? Do you like it? Do you like the accent? Come on, guys. God. That's crazy that is a perfectly accurate version. You know? Perfect accurate. No, you're not having it back. It's mine. Mine. Yeah. Yeah, we've already devolved into this. It feels off. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. Do you want me to go over one of my old scripts? I'll go over one of my old scripts if you like. I'll go over one of my old scripts in American. In American. I want my dollar back. You're not having it. It's my dollar. It's my dollar. It goes towards me. Alright, let me see. Let's see. Nah, I feel like it might ruin the video, to be honest. It might ruin the video. Read the... Right, okay. Alright. Maybe the Momo and Okurun video. What do you think? What do you think, guys? You want to do the MOMOKARUN video? Dawn. Yeah, like the name Dan. I thought it was Dawn. I thought Americans go Dandadan. 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 Is that right? Is that how you do it? Oh, I've got too many scripts. I can't find it. I actually can't find it. It's this too much. Is this it? The Otaku no Roman. Dandadan. More like Dandadan. Dandadan. And there's someone there's another YouTuber who says Dandadan. Alright, Otaku no Roman. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Where is it? Okay. The appeal of Kenta Takakura isn't just found in his role as an action hero. Sure, he's tough, grizzled, and a manly man, but the true hold that Ken Takakura has is found in the Otaku no Roman, a man's romance when translated literally. Despite the name, it doesn't just refer to love or relationships. It's the encapsulation of the idealized vision of masculinity in Japanese cinema. What do you think? I thought it was... No, you call it whatever you want. You call it whatever you want. What do you think? Really cursed? Ken Takakura is the quintessential example of the Japanese action hero because he embodies the internal struggle of a tragedy of a man as a burden protector who acts with duty. Who acts with duty and honor in a world that struggles to understand them. Unlike Clint Eastwood or James Bond, Ken Takakura's role of samurai, yakuza, and others are defined by self-sacrifice and duty. What do you think? Do you like it, guys? Yeah, it sounds TikTok, doesn't it? I think I could do a TikTok AI voice, right? I think I could be an AI voice. I think I could do it. Genuinely, I think I could do an AI voice. You know? They say duty, don't they? It's my duty. Hello. Welcome. Like that. That's what they say. Although, to be fair, AI voice is actually more realistic than my version of a robot voice would be. Right? Hello there. Hello. Welcome back to safetiesonrookie.com. You know? Hello there. Fweet. I want to say fweet. What? I know. Humans stealing AI jobs. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Rookie. Yeah. My sincerest apologies, Safety's on Rookie. You absolute legend. You are right. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's my robot voice. But they sometimes speed up and they sometimes slow down, don't they? You know? Welcome back to another... Yeah, I just said it out loud. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Huh? No, don't clip it. Clip it. No, fuck it. Clip it. Do it. It's engagement. Fuck it. Do it. It's engagement. And before you go, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And also press the bell. What's happening? Do you ever just stop? Do you ever just stop midway through doing something and then just go, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? You know? Very strange. It's very strange, isn't it? Hype the video and grab my laundry. Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, smash that like button. Yeah. Yeah. One day, guys, we'll do an actual IRL stream out there in the world, and it'll be really obnoxious. I'm going to be super obnoxious about it. I'm going to be like a super fucking, like, absolute YouTuber about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be wrapping up soon, I think. But, you're not my mom. No, I mean, like, to be honest, like, the version of American that I'm doing is so fucking generic. Is so generic that it is actually not accurate. So it's in the same way that you can do the super English accent and it be like, you know, inaccurate, but it's also like not accurate, if that makes sense, right? You know, like the pip pip cheerio kind of thing. Mother is right there in the name. Sorry. Nah, she's right. My sincerest apologies, Mother Soup Ort. You absolute legend. You're right. Yeah, it's like the transatlantic accent, you know. It's not real. Chat, can you just clip that as well, by the way? News reporter accent. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't see that. You didn't see that coming, did you? Didn't see that coming. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's really generic. We should bring that back. No, you're right. The transatlantic accent, we should bring that back. It's like received pronunciation. Like RP, the RP accent in England, in the UK, is not real. No one's born with an RP accent. It doesn't exist. It's a learned accent. You got to go to school to learn the RP accent, right? And it was designed with a structured to be kind of like highbrow, you know. It represents the UK. The UK even now really is obsessed with class. Class is really, has been throughout British history the thing that defines people, right? Is like, what class are you in? Yeah, so RP is like, you know, yes. Indeed. They roll their R's, that kind of thing. It's not real. It's an invention. They explicitly go out of their way to make themselves sound like they belong to higher society, because it's a learned accent, you know. It proves that you went to a school that could afford for you to take lessons in RP, and that's what you would always hear on British TV and the media, elite kind of class, like, yeah, exactly, class, exactly. But that's the UK, right? And then the transatlantic accent is another learned, non-existent, non-native accent. It's a learned accent to provide maximum mutual intelligibility between British and American audiences, hence the transatlantic. I say schedule, right? But obviously someone who would have done RP would say schedule, right? Or maybe that is a regional thing. Perhaps that's a regional thing. Schedule. Do you actually? Schedule. It's just... no, I say sketch. Alright? That's sketch. Ain't no way you doxing my sketch like that. That's what I'm saying. Nah, he was trying to out me. He was trying to trick me. Yeah, I'm sketch maxing out here. I ain't got no time for that. Yeah, I'm sketch maxing, what can I say? Present. Well, thanks for joining, Enigma. I'm probably going to wrap up in a couple of minutes, though. Just because it's nearly midnight. I've unfortunately got work tomorrow. But, you know, even when the chapter's not been, like, absolutely popping off crazy, because this was quite a mild chapter, it's pretty cool to see that there's still a pretty decent amount of yeah, better late than never. That's true. Like, thanks for being here, dude. It's nice to see that there's like a pretty decent viewer base for the stream, even when there's not really anything going on, you know. Yeah, it kind of just felt like hanging out. I like that, you know, like you know, it's funny because you think, yeah, no, Enigma, that is basically what we were saying with if you go back and watch the stream at all later on, that is basically what we were saying. It was very much like classic Dandadan, you know. And I like that. Like, it's really the heart of Dandadan. Yeah, like Toaster just said, and I was also saying. We just said the same thing. But the yeah, you know, like, it's funny because, like, obviously doing the stream and stuff, that there is obviously like something that I've mostly gotten over, but it never fully goes away because of the fact that you don't know exactly how you're going to what you're going to talk about, what you're going to do when you're on the stream or whatever. It can be hard to get over the anxiety of it, you know. And I think when you don't have much structure to things, it can be even more difficult because, you know, like when you've got Dandadan, glad to hear it, Snaggle. When you've got Dandadan to kind of lean on, you've got structure. You've got structure to what you're talking about. And when you've got structure to what you're talking about, it's not as reliant on you to just yap about just anything. Like, the yap is kind of directional. It's aimed at something. Part of the difficulty of doing any of this is that when you're yapping and you don't have something to lean on, it's kind of more directionless. So it takes a little bit more. It takes a different kind of route, pathway to get to something worth discussing, and that can be difficult. You know, that can be like quite a taxing experience, just emotionally, because you need to. It's very easy to get those little bits of kind of like doubt in your mind about what is and is not interesting about you, especially because, like, for the most part, anybody that you see online, even if they don't, unless they're a fucking really like impressive individual or alternatively very full of themselves, typically people will be will just view themselves as the normal person, right? Like, that's kind of me, right? I'm just me, and because of that, it can be tricky, you know, to somebody throw that toaster down the stairs, please. Unplug him now. It can be tricky to know exactly what it is that's interesting or whatever, to be honest. And yeah, so being thank you, Enigma. Yeah, thank you. So these kind of chats, these kind of streams where there's not as much to lean on, and you can just kind of just talk, and people are still responsive. I'm able to do a really nice back and forth with people in the chat, and we can kind of just talk. It's quite a nice reprieve from just having a focus on stuff, because it reminds you that that the community is about more than just Dandadan. Like, there are other elements to things here, you know. So you don't need to. So I don't need to feel as you don't have to get in your head about it, because it's easy to get in your head about it, you know. Like, a lot of this is performative in a way, right? Like the degree, it's me, but you've got to amp up certain elements about your personality to you got to amp up certain parts of your personality. Yeah, it's like less on. Yeah, exactly. Just to keep people engaged and interested, which is tiresome, but it's also like it comes with the territory. It's a performance. It's entertainment. This is entertainment, regardless of how you look at it, right? And yeah, I mean, with that comes a degree of, I suppose you'd call it, showmanship. But being able to just kind of lay back and just turn it into a chat every now and then reminds you that it's not all a performance, you know. Soundboard, yeah. Get a fucking, yeah. I don't know. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, it just it gets more to the heart. It gets more to the heart of everything, rather than just the performance side, I suppose, is my point. And that's nice, because it keeps you grounded. It's not really tiresome, to be honest. Like, it is tiresome. Like, you get tired, but it's also energizing in a way, because you're able to connect with people, and it's obviously, I think that there's obviously an element to I I think that when you're doing something like this and you're on the camera, in like a centerpiece kind of capacity, I think it takes a particular type of person who specifically somebody who enjoys being listened to, also talking, but also enjoys a little bit of well, isn't necessarily afraid of a little bit of like limelight, right? Like I'm incredibly annoying because of the in real life. I'm incredibly annoying because of the fact that I will just be perhaps a bit too expressive in some capacity when it comes to like friends groups and stuff, right? So that kind of thing can be something that you modulate in real life, is the capacity to which you kind of like not dominate conversations, because I'm not a piece of shit, but the degree to which you inadvertently put yourself as like a main element of a conversation just because of the way that you are, right? Like talking more than other people, that kind of thing. Like I do that. I'm very guilty of doing that. Or I'll talk about my thing and it gets wormed into a conversation. That's something that I'm very cognizant of, and it's something that I very much try to modulate in real life. So this is a nice kind of platform for me to be able to kind of like just fucking, you know? I'm glad to hear that as well, Blissy. Obviously, like, I enjoy talking about stuff that I enjoy talking about. Like, I really enjoy it. What is it? What are you looking at? Okay. Yeah, it's a good outlet for that kind of behavior. Obviously, like I said, I modulate it a lot, but it's like, it is nice to have a venue where I can just yap, and people don't like have a problem with it or enjoy it and stuff like that. It's good. Like, I think that you kind of need to have a bit of that if you're doing anything that's talking related on camera, right? If you're just talking to a fucking camera, I'm talking to this little fucking thing, you, and it's like you gotta be comfortable with that. And there is an element of comfort with being a performer, right? Like it's like a very strange kind of stage in a way, you know? Oh yeah, and you also have to be comfortable with the teasing for sure. I'm fine with that. I mean, you know what I mean? Sorry for poking you guys, my bad. Fuck's sake, Lizzie. Yeah. But yeah. Oh yeah, Leo for sure. Okurun's definitely gonna get Turbo Granny powers back at some point. It's too important to the series for him not to. You know, it's too important for the series for him not to get his powers back. But yeah, it's important. Like, you can't take yourself too seriously, you know. You can't take yourself too seriously. You got to be able to have like a joke. Or what's the point? Like, literally, what's the point? Like, you can't, whatever, you know. You can't not. Like, if you're uncomfortable with that, then you have no business being on camera, because people are going to say some light-hearted jokes, which is totally fine, but people are also going to say some mean stuff as well. That happens. I get that. You got to be comfortable with that shit. And if you take yourself too seriously, you're fucking screwed from the get-go, for sure. I'm glad that you enjoyed the support. Taking this dude seriously. Hey. Right, well, I do think on that note though, I'm gonna tap out now, because I need to prep for Betty Boo. But obviously, guys, there's it's been very fun. As usual. We've also grabbed a few people for the Discord, which is very cool. There's also been a lot of messages from the looks of things. I'll need to see about that. But yeah, so no chapter next week, guys, but we'll figure out something else. We'll figure out something else for next week. Alright? No worries. Alright, guys. Cool. Right, well, I'll see you later.